Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Comedy and crime on this Tuesday with episodes of George Burns and Gracie Allen per span from 85 years ago, July 8, 1940. Breakfast in Hollywood starring Tom Breneman, the daytime show from 78 years ago, July 8, 1947. The FBI in Peace and War from 1956. And yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Mandel Kramer from 1962. In the last few months of that long-time program, the Rildo Matter, and an episode of Lum and Abner from 83 years ago, July 8, 1952. That's all coming up on this Sure Happy. It's Tuesday, 8th day of July, 189th day of the year, 176 days left in 2025. The Declaration of Independence read aloud in Philadelphia on this date in 1776. The first issue of the Wall Street Journal published on this date in 1889. William Jennings Bryan delivered his Cross of Gold speech on this date in 1896, advocating bimetallism, tying currency exchange to both gold and silver values at the 1896 National Convention of the Democrats in Chicago. Now, in 1932, the Dow Jones Industrial Average reached its lowest level of the Depression, bottoming out at 42 points. Technically 41.22 points, but still low. And it was on this date in 1947, reports were broadcast that a UFO crash landed in Roswell, New Mexico.
Mutual Radio Network, July 8, 1947. The intelligence office of the 509th Bombardment Group at Roswell Army Airfield Base in New Mexico announced today the Army has recovered what appears to be a crashed flying saucer. Eyewitnesses in the area described it as an oval-shaped disc falling from the sky. According to the Army, the saucer was recovered on a ranch in the Roswell vicinity, and further details will be announced. This could very well be the most important discovery mankind will ever know. The saucer that crashed yesterday in Roswell, New Mexico, was in fact debris from a downed weather balloon. Oddly enough, 3 of the eyewitnesses have mysteriously disappeared, while the others deny seeing anything at all.
Now, honest to goodness, I have no idea how much of that is recreated, how much of it is authentic, but those reports did get out on this date back in 1947. It was on this date in 1950, President Truman appointed General Douglas MacArthur Commander-in-Chief of United Nations forces in the Korean War. General MacArthur thus became the first leader of military forces fighting under a United Nations banner. Less than a year later, MacArthur dismissed from that post, and on April 19th of 1951, he stood before Congress.
The communist threat is a global one. Its successful advance in one sector threatens the destruction of every other sector. You cannot appease or otherwise surrender to communism in Asia without simultaneously undermining our efforts to halt its advance in Europe. Once war is forced upon us, there is no other alternative than to apply every available means to bring it to a swift end. War's very object is victory, not prolonged indecision. In war, there is no substitute for victory.
Now, given the reaction to that speech, MacArthur actually could have been elected president. Problem was he refused to campaign and received only a smattering of support at the convention. He supported Senator Robert Taft, who lost the nomination to General Dwight David Eisenhower, who won the election in a landslide. General MacArthur making some significant missteps on this date back in 1950, 75 years ago today. In 1959, Major Dale R. Ruiz and Master Sergeant Chester V. Ovand became the first Americans killed in the American phase of the Vietnam War. In 1969, the first round of troops began leaving Vietnam, a phased withdrawal which would take years to complete. President Nixon later spoke to the nation to encourage Americans to back his strategy.
To you, the great silent majority of my fellow Americans, I ask for your support.
President Nixon understood something that a lot of people didn't, and we now understand. You cannot go in and fight other people's wars, and I mean the U.S. can't finance these other people's wars unless they're prosecuted to a full completion. And that was something that wasn't going to be allowed to happen in Vietnam. The insurgency failed, or I shouldn't say the insurgency won. The communists won. And what happened in the long run is Vietnam is another one of those communist nations today that is actually more successful because of their communist leanings. They're not strict communists. They are, how do I put this? They are, they're communists on the things that they're comfortable with. And the things that they're not, they let them be capitalist. Well, 11 months after becoming president, when Richard Nixon resigned, Gerald Ford announced on this date in 1975 he would run the following year for a full term.
I intend to conduct an open and above-board campaign, both for the nomination and for the presidency.
Ford's campaign was not what it should have been. Yes, it was tainted by the Nixon regime. It was tainted because of the fact that he pardoned Richard Nixon. But one of his challengers in the primaries put a lot of doubts in it. One of his challengers in the primary who broke that rule, thou shalt not disparage thy party opponents. That person who did the disparagement, fellow who would win in 5 years after this date, Ronald Reagan. Yep. 1997. By the way, Ford lost the '76 election by a narrow margin to Jimmy Carter. Now, in 1997, NATO invaded the Czech Republic, Hungary, and Poland to join the alliance in 1999. In 1999, Alan Lee Davies executed by electrocution by the state of Florida, the last use of the electric chair for capital punishment in Florida. In 2011, Space Shuttle Atlantis launched in the final mission of the U.S. Space Shuttle program. Commander Christopher Ferguson thanking those who contributed to the program over the years.
The shuttle's always going to be a reflection of what a great nation can do when it dares to be bold and commits to follow through. We're not ending the journey today, Mike. We're completing a chapter of a journey that will never end.
Perhaps the biggest trouble the Space Shuttle program faced was the fact that because it was a reusable shuttle, they went to reuse these shuttles more than they probably should have been, and then tried to patch them together when they started falling apart. The Space Shuttle program was brilliant. Single disposable use spacecraft wasn't good, but neither was perpetual reuse of spacecraft. Now, it was on this date 4 years ago today, President Biden announced the official conclusion of U.S. involvement in the war in Afghanistan would be August 31st, 2021, and that just led to be an absolute disaster. There were a number of people that were killed, and because, they just waited out the U.S. And 3 years ago today, former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe assassinated on a street in western Japan by a gunman who opened fire on him from behind as he delivered a campaign speech. It was an attack that stunned a nation with some of the strictest gun control laws anywhere. The 67-year-old Abe, Japan's longest-serving leader, when he resigned in 2020. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken lauded Abe during a visit to Bali.
Prime Minister Abe was a transformative leader, a statesman, someone of truly global stature. I've got to tell you, the news of his death was felt very deeply throughout the G20, all of the foreign ministers.
And this proved in a vacuum, mind you. Gun control doesn't always work, because the law-abiding people don't have the guns. The criminals do. They're not going to obey the law to tell them not to. Among people who passed away on this date in history, First Lady Betty Ford.
Betty Ford's one of the most significant first ladies in American history, and that's largely because of her fighting for the women's movement in the 1960s and 70s.
Presidential historian Douglas Brinkley on Betty Ford's legacy. Others who passed away on this date, another First Lady, Grace Coolidge, Calvin Coolidge's wife, actress Vivian Leigh, actor Howard Duff, actor James Franciscus, actor Dick Sargent, the second Darren Stevens in Bewitched. Also astronaut Pete Conrad, actress June Allison. One of the funniest things I ever heard was when June Allison was on the Dick Powell Richard Diamond Private Investigator show. And she was looking for somebody. And turned out who she was looking for was her husband, who happened to be Dick Powell. And Richard Diamond was trying to find him. It was funny. Actor Ernest Borgnine, who ranged from serious roles, Poseidon Adventure and Marty, all the way to McHale's Navy, which was a hoot. Also actor Tab Hunter, passing away on this date. From Glee, Naya Rivera passing away. The very, very funny Larry Storch from F Troop. That was how most of America even learned who he was. I mean, he was a comedian for years and years before that. And The Sopranos, Tony Sirico, all passing away on this date in history. Birthdays on this date include the Assistant Secretary of State, Frederick William Seward, the man who got the U.S. Seward Spally, Alaska. The inventor of the dirigible, Ferdinand Graf von Zeppelin. The only, one of two non-elected vice presidents in the U.S., Nelson Rockefeller. He was vice president under Gerald Ford, who was the other unelected vice president and also the only unelected president. Jazz singer Billy Eckstein, born on this date. Faye Emerson, born on this date. Actor Craig Stevens. Singer Jerry Vale. The very, very funny Marty Feldman. Probably his best-known role and most appreciated role was in the motion picture Young Frankenstein. Let's see. And, how can we forget Steve Lawrence? Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet, delightful singers. He passed away last year at the age of 88. And country singer Toby Keith, who passed away last year at the age of 62. All those folks born on this date in history who have shuffled off this mortal coil.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
From The Larry Sanders Show, Arrested Development, Transparent, Jeffrey Tambor, 81 today. She was Maddie Ross in True Grit. Kim Darby, 78 today. Celebrity chef Wolfgang Puck is 76. From the 1991 Addams Family movie, Angelica Houston, 74. From Footloose, 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, who is 67 years old today.
That's a great book, Slaughterhouse-Five. Yeah, it's a classic.
Maybe in another town it's a classic.
In any town.
I was wrong. It was 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. That was something that was being done. Any actor could be connected to Kevin Bacon through 6 or fewer films or TV co-stars. You know, you start with an actor, you find a movie or TV project they were in with someone else, and you kept connecting co-stars until you reached Kevin Bacon, ideally in 6 steps or fewer. Kevin Bacon, that was a real thing back in the day. Kevin Bacon, 67 years old today. Singer-songwriter Joan Osborne, 63. From NCIS, Michael Weatherly is 57. Singer Beck is 55. From This Is Us, Milo Ventimiglia is 48 today.
I love you as much as a human heart can, kiddo. So don't let your dad's poor choices make you feel afraid to be different.
From This Is Us, Milo Ventimiglia is 48. From One Tree Hill in Chicago PD, Sophia Bush is 43. And the son of Will Smith, Jaden Smith, 27 years old today.
It's not a time machine. Dad, it's not a time machine. Guy said it was a time machine. It's not a time machine. It was wrong.
Jaden Smith sounded a lot different there. 27 years old today. Those are just a few of the people celebrating the 8th day of July as their birthday. If this is your birthday...
We baked you a birthday cake. If you get a tummy ache and you moan and groan and woe, don't forget we told you so. Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Make a wish, dear, and blow out the candles.
Here they go.
And we'll start off with comedy with an episode of the George Burns Gracie Allen Show. This is going back 85 years to July 8th, 1940, and it's Grandpa's birthday. We'll hear about that at first as we get started with Classic Radio Theater here with Wyatt Cox.
Civil defense is common sense. Hi, this is Tony Bennett. Make sure you're prepared if a nuclear attack ever comes.
Now we roll on with Classic Radio Theater, and we start off 85 years ago to July 8th, 1940. George Burns, Gracie Allen, and it's Grandpa's 92nd birthday.
From Hollywood, the George Burns and Gracie Allen Show for Hormel and Spam.
Crazy people. Spam, rebop, boom, spam. George Burns and Gracie Allen. Artie Shaw and his orchestra. For singing glee, we're the Smoothies Three. Last but not least, and with Bud Heaston.
Yes, sirree, folks. It's Burns and Allen night at your house. Another gay show and a swell suggestion for an easy summer supper that will give your family or guests plenty to eat. Get a can of Spam, S-P-A-M. Spam is tender, juicy, delicious meat, all ready to eat the minute you zip open the can. Slice this grand-tasting meat and serve with a mound of potato salad nestled in crisp, chilled lettuce, tomato stuffed with cottage cheese, or with a cool vegetable salad. It's hearty enough to please the huskiest He-Man appetite. And Spam saves kitchen time. No fuss, no bother. Ask your food dealer for Spam tomorrow. Then surprise your family with taste-tempting Spam and salad. And try the other easy recipes on the label. You'll find you can fry Spam, dice it, slice it, bake it, because cold or hot, Spam hits the spot. And here are those two delightful people, the stars of our show, George and Gracie.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, Gracie, what did you do yesterday?
I went to Catalina.
Oh, did you go alone?
Well, naturally.
Well, that's fine.
But can I have my compact back? It's in your pocket.
Oh, so you were there alone?
Well, here, Gracie, which one is yours?
Oh. Finally got ourselves a romantic kid on the show.
Oh, he's a regular Casanova.
You mean Casanova?
George, when I kiss him, they're caving over.
Oh, yes, caving over.
Get it?
Yeah, this is my smart week this week.
Oh, say, George. George, would you come here a moment, please?
Oh, gladly, Bud.
Say,
gladly.
George, I'd like to work with Gracie. It looks so easy.
It does, huh? Would you like to try it?
Would I? Oh, boy. Well, how do I start?
Well, all you've got to do is walk up to Gracie and say, "How is your brother?" Then she talks for about 5 years.
All I say is, how is your brother?
Yes, but Bud, I've got a little TL for you.
Yeah?
In case you get in trouble, and there is a slight possibility.
Yeah?
Just sing Nola.
Nola?
Yeah, you know, daddly-doo, dee-doo.
Oh, well, then I start by saying, Gracie, how's your brother?
Go right ahead.
Okay.
I'll be standing right here. Take it nice and easy, Bud.
Yeah. Gracie?
Yeah?
Gracie, how's your brother?
Oh, the most terrible thing happened last night.
Did?
We were awakened in the middle of the night, and there was my brother sitting up in bed, and his eyes were sticking out of his head.
His eyes were sticking out of his head. Well,
Yeah.
What did you do?
What did we do? We sent for a doctor, of course.
Well, what did the doctor do?
Well, he took Ann Sheridan's picture off the wall, and we all went back to sleep again.
Gracie, where is your brother now?
Oh, he's in the East. He went to see that prize fighter, you know, the one who fights without any clothes on.
There's a prize fighter who fights without any clothes on?
Yeah, that's what my brother said in his letter. Just saw Galento fight bear.
Well, Gracie, what does your brother do for a living?
Oh, he's very well fixed.
Oh, yes.
He has 2 cars, lots of clothes, and he goes to Palm Springs for the winter and Lake Arrowhead for the summer.
Well, what does he do for a living?
Oh, he's a son-in-law.
Gracie, what did your brother do before that?
Oh, he was married before, you know. He's the one who was a knife thrower in vaudeville, and his wife was his assistant.
Oh, he used to throw knives at his wife.
Uh-huh. But one day before he went on the stage, he had a little too much to drink.
Well, what happened?
He got married again.
Well, Gracie, your brother, he sounds like quite a character.
Oh, he is. You know, when he was a little boy, he played a trick on my father. He switched the hot and cold faucet in the bathtub.
Was your father angry?
No, but he will be when he finds out.
Gracie, is that the brother with the scar on his neck?
Oh, yes, the appendicitis scar.
Appendicitis scar? Appendicitis is way down on the side of the stomach, you
Yeah,
see.
I know, but he was so ticklish they had to
operate up here, yes, I thought so. Bud, are you happy?
No.
I thought so. Well, here are the smoothies.
Hello, Spam.
Well, it's very pretty.
Oh,
but
beautiful.
Yes, it's really something. Smoothies, can't you say anything without swinging like that?
Surely, George. Anyone can do it, nothing to it. Spam jam, high diddle did. Now we're jiving, so take it, kid.
Oh, stop with that. Take it. See, I used to be a dancer, and every time I heard "Take It, Kid," I go right into my dance.
Oh, sure. You know, George used to dance for a living.
Did he make much money?
10 cents a dance.
I used to wear a bathing suit. I was Jansen with tears in my eyes. Well, never mind. Now the Smoothies are going to sing the Woodpecker song. Just a minute, Smoothies. Come in.
This is what I do for a living.
Hello, everybody. Oh, hello, Bubble.
Say, sound man, stop slamming the doors. You're going to break down the whole building. I know you're a very intellectual fella because you told me last week you went 4 years to Harvard. And if you think that being a sound man is beneath your dignity, why don't you go back to your family?
Mr. Burns, I have 2 brothers. When my older brother graduated from Harvard, the dean told him he'd become a great scientist. He later won the Nobel Prize.
I see.
When my other brother graduated from Harvard, the dean told him he'd be a great playwright. He later won the Pulitzer Prize.
That's so.
When I graduated from Harvard, the dean said that I showed more promise than both my brothers put together. That was 10 years ago. This is what I do for a living.
Say, sound man, really feel sorry for you, but don't give up. After all, someday you may be like me.
George, don't discourage him.
Don't think I've got any talent, huh? Bubbles, what do you want?
Well, Gracie, you know, today is your grandfather's birthday. He's 92 years old. Yeah, I know. I got him a gift order.
You did? Mm-hmm. What is the gift?
2 lessons from Madame Lazanga.
It's 6 lessons from Madame Lazanga.
Oh, he'll never last that long.
If I know your grandfather, neither will Madame Lazanga.
Well, anyway, Gracie, tonight we're giving him that surprise party. And in order to get him out of the house, I had a promise to take him down to Earl Carroll's Vanities.
Well, did you take him there?
No. I took him up to Mount Wilson Observatory, and he spent 2 hours looking through their giant telescope.
What about Earl Carroll's Vanities?
Well, what do you think he was looking at?
Where's the kid now?
He's downstairs in the car.
Oh, well, send him up and we'll keep him here until the party tonight.
All right, goodbye.
4 years and half.
Oh, quiet.
Oh, now listen, everybody. After the show, you're all invited to my grandpa's surprise party. Oh, we're going to have more fun. And there's going to be a big cake with 6 candles on it. And
6 candles?
Uh-huh.
Your grandfather is 92 years old.
Yeah, but the cake is only 6.
Oh, I see. It's the cake's birthday, too. Spoons, we're waiting.
He's up each morning bright and early to wake up all the neighborhood, to bring to every boy and girlie his happy serenade on wood. Hear him picking out a melody, peck, peck, pecking at the same old tree. He's as happy as a bumblebee all day long. You serenade your lady, just find a tree that's shady. And when you hear that tick, 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 sing right along. Come on and try his rhythm, and let your heart beat with him. Just listen to that tick, 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 happy little woodpecker song. Listen, peck, 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 peck. All together, let your heart beat in rhythm to the woodpecker song. He's a beast, morning bright and early, to wake up all the neighborhood, to bring every boy and girlie his happy serenade on wood, picking out a melody, pecking at the same old tree, happy as a bumblebee all day long. To serenade your lady, just find a tree that's shady. And when you hear that tick, 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 sing along. Come on and try his rhythm, and let your heart beat with him. And when you hear that tick, 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 happy little woodpecker song, just hear him peck, 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 just hear him tick, tick, tick. He's up east on with a song. Woodpecker, woodpecker song. He peps like a heifer, peps like a pepper, step, step, steps like a stepper. Woodpecker, woodpecker song.
Well, kids, that was really a grand number.
You liked it, George? We're glad you did. But now's your chance, so take it, kid. Yes, sir.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Stop with that take it, kid. You know I can't keep my feet still. But it does bring back memories of vaudeville. I can see my billing right now in front of the theater. George, Burns, and Gurley. Fantastic steppers. What a vehicle. Remember, Gracie, how I used to jump 4 feet in the air and click my heels?
Oh, yeah. And Variety said that was the only thing in the act that clicked.
Hey, wait a minute. Burns and Gurley was the name of the dancing act. Who was Gurley?
May Robeson.
All right, Gracie. So we're all invited to your grandfather's 92nd birthday party tonight, huh?
Yeah, oh, George, please. Don't ever let my grandpa hear you say he's 92.
Why not?
Well, he goes around telling everybody he's only 90.
Gracie, remember my birthday party last year?
Oh, sure.
Remember the birthday cake?
Yeah, with 30 candles on it.
Oh, there were a few more than that.
Not on the piece I had.
Say, George,
Yes.
I don't know about your age, but you certainly know how to wear clothes.
Oh, thanks.
That blue suit with that red tie certainly is a swell combination.
Oh, thanks, Bud.
It's like Spam with chili sauce.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Bud.
I've listened to you on the radio month in and month out, and you're really great all year round.
Oh, thanks, Bud.
Like Spam, it keeps so well. Doesn't need any refrigeration.
Thanks, Bud.
At a dinner table, there's nothing more beautiful. What coloring. How enticing and so pretty.
Oh, thanks, Bud.
I don't mean you.
Oh, I know you mean Spam.
No, I mean Hetty Lamar.
Oh. Well, of course, that's a swell dish, too.
I'm crazy about Spam.
Oh, Bud.
Say, Bud,
What is it, Gracie?
give George back his compact.
Oh, quiet.
Which one is yours,
Oh,
George?
quiet. Hello? Just a minute. Gracie, it's for you.
Hello, this is Gracie Allen, Spam's meatheart speaking.
Oh, meatheart instead of sweet.
Oh, hello, Bessie. How are the preparations for Grandpa's surprise party coming along? What? You burned the rice pudding? Oh, there's nothing to be worried about? You put ungantine on it?
That ought to help, Bess.
Oh, what? Oh, don't worry. When Grandpa arrives, we'll keep him here. Now, I can't hear you, Bessie. Talking to the mouthpiece. What? You took the mouthpiece off the phone? Oh, you're using it as a cookie cutter for cupcakes.
Oh.
What?
Have a little trouble there.
Well, why can't you hear me? Well, hold the receiver closer to your ear. Oh, you're mashing potatoes with it.
Sort of be some party, boy.
Say, Bessie, what are you using for a centerpiece on the table? What, Swiss cheese?
Swiss cheese. That ought to make a beautiful centerpiece.
Oh, sure. She puts the flowers in the little holes.
Oh, very nice arrangement,
Yeah.
Bess.
What, Bessie? You only have a dozen doilies? Oh, that'll never be enough. I can eat that many myself.
They're delicious with paper napkins.
Say,
Always have.
Bessie, what about the boiled duck? How's it coming along? What? You can't keep any water in the pot? Why not? Oh, the duck keeps drinking it.
You mean the duck is living?
If you call that living.
Well, let's break this up. This is serious stuff. Well, Artie Shaw, what are you going to play tonight?
For George, we've got a new and little different arrangement of April Showers.
Ay, maestro, mejor no vamos. No me gusta ese número. Tocamos otra cosa.
Okay, Senor Lee.
Gracias.
Okay, George, I guess we'll have to play Alice Blue Gown.
I see. Just because your South American guitar player, Senor Lee, who can't even speak a word of English, doesn't happen to like April Showers, you're not going to play it.
That's right.
But Artie, April Showers is a beautiful number. Oh, when April showers will come your way. They bring flowers of their blooming May.
George.
And when it's
George.
George. Oh, yeah.
George,
Yes.
is that April Showers?
Certainly.
No, I don't like it either.
You don't like it?
That's right.
Boy, I must really be lousy.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, Artie, play Alice Blue Gown.
Okay, my sweet little Alice Blue Gown.
Hey, Senor Lee, wait for your cue. What are you starting so soon for?
Hurry up. I got a date.
He's got a date.
George, please, this is my problem. All right, boys, ready? 1, 2,
3, 4.
Look, Senor Lee, we're doing a broadcast. It's Monday. We're on the air, and we must be finished before Friday.
Tú no te metes conmigo porque mi jefe es ese, ¿verdad?
Take it easy. I can't understand what you're saying.
Foreigner.
Foreigner? Look, Artie, I've got a T.O. for you. If you don't get rid of that guy, I'm going to get rid of you.
Now you're cooking with gas.
Senor Lee, I've had about enough out of you. I'm the boss of this program, and I expect to be on this show for many years.
Si caes a todos como me caes a mí con esos chistes malos, yo creo que no va a estar por tantos años.
What did he say?
Don't send out your laundry.
All right, Artie. Alice Blue Gown.
Say, Gracie, can I borrow you for a moment?
Will you pay me back?
Yes. First, I want to tell you what every woman should know. Now, you and I have a date, Gracie.
Where are we going?
Follow me. Now, here we are standing in your nearest food store.
Oh, it certainly was near.
Now, do you see those cans of Spam on the shelf?
Yes.
Well, take one and look at the sentence on the label.
Pork shoulder meat with ham meat added.
Mm-hmm. Now, there is the secret of Spam's goodness and quality. Spam is not only a pure pork product, but is a perfect blend of the choicest cuts. Pork shoulder, the juiciest, sweetest meat, combined with ham meat, well known for tenderness and flavor. Hormel is proud to tell you right on the label of the Spam can exactly what Spam is made of. And when you take home a can of Spam, you give your family delicious, tender meat everyone will say is swell. Try one new way to serve Spam this week. Use the easy recipes you'll find on the label. You'll discover you can fry Spam for breakfast, serve it cold for lunch just as it comes from the can, or bake Spam whole for dinner. Get a supply tomorrow. Ask your food dealer for SPAM Spam.
Well, I'll do it.
Slice it, dice it, try it, bake it, cold or hot, Spam hits the spot.
Nicely done. Artie, I really loved Alice Blue Gown. But the thing I enjoy most is when you pick up that clarinet. You're really swinging. You're just jiving there.
Yeah, that's Shaw. When he swings it, he's right in the grave.
In the grave? Senor Lee, you mean in the groove?
Yes, senor. In the grave means I'm dead, buried, finished.
That's right.
A million guitar players in the union, and I had to wind up with this one.
Yeah, George.
What is it?
Come here.
Oh, secret.
Yes.
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, I found out plenty about that Senor Lee. I had dinner with a certain party last night, and all he spoke about was Senor Lee.
Well, who did you have dinner with?
Senor Lee.
You had dinner with Senor Lee?
That's right.
Stop with that. That's right. I don't want to hear any more. That's right. I've had enough of that's right.
That's right.
Oh, quiet.
And George.
What is it?
I heard that every day Artie Shaw goes down to the drugstore and drinks a malted milk through his clarinet.
A malted milk through his clarinet?
Uh-huh.
How did that leak out?
Through the holes.
Well, that's the last straw.
4 years and a half.
Quiet. Look, Gracie, look who's here.
Well, don't tell me it's my grandpa.
Well, I ain't a bag of flour, but I've been through the mill. Yahoo! Pick me up, Grace.
Well, he practically fainted. How do you revive him?
Well, just fan him.
Fan him with what?
With Dorothy Lamour. Yahoo! Pick me up, Grace.
Dorothy Lamour?
Yeah, I was out with Dorothy Lamour and she kissed me.
She kissed you?
Oh, yes, George. And they were very happy, the four of them.
The four of them?
Yes, Dorothy, Grandpa, and the two men who held them up.
Yeah, sticks and stones may break my bones, but she's just the one that can do it. Yahoo!
Hold your hats, boys. There he goes again.
Pick me up, Grace.
Come on, Grandpa. Get up on your feet and stay there.
Mr. Burns.
Now it's the sound man. What do you want?
An old man, 92 years old, does nothing all day long but run around with Dorothy Lamour.
So what?
This is what I do for a living.
Sound man, this may surprise you, but you're not the only one on this program with a brain.
Oh, thanks, George.
You're welcome.
Grandpa, I want you to meet the cast. Now, this is Bud Heaston, our announcer.
Well, hello, Grandpa.
Well, hello, buddy boy. I'm an announcer, too.
An announcer?
Yeah, an announcer to A Maiden's Prayer. Ain't that a killer?
Gracie, what does this grandpa of yours want?
Well, he'd like to be 65 and then 21, and then 65 and then 21, then 65
and then 21. Well,
yes.
what is that for?
Well, he wants to be old enough to get Social Security and young enough to enjoy it.
That's nice work if you can get it.
Oh, well, Grandpa, these are the smoothies.
These are the smoothies? Well, blow me down.
Hello.
Darned if they didn't. Pick me up, Grace.
Gracie,
Yeah, what is it?
I want to ask you something. What happens at home with this young George Ollis?
Oh, my grandma has a terrific time between him and the furnace.
Between your grandpa and the furnace?
Yeah, every time she watches one, the other goes out.
Well, I've had enough.
Oh, Artie, I want you to meet my grandpa. Grandpa? Yeah. Grandpa, where are you? Come here.
Be with you in a minute, Grace. So long, kid.
So long, honey.
Well, here comes, love comes to Andy Hardening of the arteries. Waited for 4 days.
Grandpa, this is Artie Shaw.
Hello, Grandpa.
Hiya, Corny.
I'm corny.
That's right.
Senor Lee, if you don't stop butting in, I'll have to punch you in the nose.
Anybody show their face around here and say that, I kill him.
Well, why don't you kill me?
You call that a face?
Get out, get out.
This is what I do for a living.
Hey, sound man. You see, most of us do things that we don't want to do for a living. Take me, for instance. When I started out, I worked very hard. And after many years, I finally clicked. I don't know what it is. Maybe it was an accident.
Mr. Burns, the reason for your success is that you have something that nobody else has got.
Really?
Where did you get Miss Allen?
Well, I've got a TL for you. Grandpa, get away from those drums. Gracie, surprise party or no surprise party? Do we have to keep him here?
Oh, George, you'll spoil the whole thing.
Isn't there any way that we can quiet this old guy?
Well, do what we do at home.
Well, what do you do at home?
Well, we just give him pictures of glamour stars and bathing beauties, and he sits in a rocking chair and sings.
Well, what does he sing?
Wishing will make it so.
Well, he certainly picked out a nice number.
Hey, Grandpa, give me back my clarinet.
Yeah, here you are, Artie boy.
Wait a minute, Grandpa. Take your teeth.
Gracie, will you talk to him?
Oh, yeah, Grandpa, you're going to need them for the surprise party I'm giving you tonight.
You gave away the whole thing.
Well, say, Grace, I can't make it tonight. Kinda got a date with Greta Garbo.
Greta Garbo? 92-year-old guy like you has got a date with Greta Garbo? Hello?
That's right.
That's all right.
Waiting for George and Gracie to return, let me suggest an easy way to give your family a grand summer supper. Serve Spam and salad. Get a can of Spam when you shop tomorrow. Open and slice this tender, delicious meat, a perfect companion for your favorite salad. You'll say it's great, too, because Spam is economical to use, so easy to fix. Surprise your family with Spam and salad tomorrow.
Thank you, Bud. Well, Gracie, say good night.
Oh, good night. Oh, George.
Yeah?
George, look at the lovely roses Ray Noble just sent me.
Ray Noble?
Uh-huh.
Oh, where are the flowers?
Oh, right here in the package of seeds.
Good night, all.
Listen again next Monday night, same time and stations, for another George Burns, Gracie Allen production with Artie Shaw and his orchestra and the Smoothies, brought to you by Hormel and Spam. Until then, this is Bud Heaston reminding you to remember that cold or hot, Spam hits the spot. Good night.
At this point in time, George and Gracie were still doing their flirtation act. But the marriage would be not written into the show for another year, until 1941. George noting the ratings were still strong, but they were slipping. He realized he and Gracie were too old for the jokes. He revised the format to basically make them into real-life husband and wife characters in a situation comedy setting. And it worked. The show came back, and it kept going stronger than ever, till Gracie finally ended up saying, "I'm done with entertainment." George Burns Gracie Allen, 85 years ago today, July 8th, 1940, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Up next, Breakfast in Hollywood that's actually not going to be in Hollywood.
Civil defense is common sense. This is Fred McMurray. Home shelters can be built for as little as $100. Simple plans for building inexpensive home shelters are available free from your Civil Defense office. Ask for a copy of the Family Fallout Shelter booklet.
Now we're going to go to a daytime show, and this show was one that was almost legendary, Breakfast in Hollywood. Tom Breneman created the show himself in 1941. He was having lunch with friends at Sardi's restaurant on Hollywood Boulevard. He realized it was a great place to do a radio show. Well, he found an audience. He began broadcasting it on a local station, KFWB in Los Angeles, in 1940. West Coast stations broadcasting the program by the end of the year, and a lot of stations were calling the program Breakfast at Sardi's. When it went on the NBC Blue Network in 1952, they changed the name of the show. Why? Because there was a much bigger restaurant called Sardi's in New York City, and so they started changing the show to Breakfast in Hollywood in 1945. So the program had a lot of sponsors, the typical daytime sponsors, Kellogg's Cereal, Ivory Flakes, also Aunt Jemima Flour, and you also had others, Planters Peanuts, Minuteman Soups, Alpine Coffee. 10 million listeners to the show by the mid-40s. It was so popular, he created his own magazine, opened his own restaurant, Tom Breneman's Restaurant, located on Vine Street off Sunset Boulevard. And it even became a film. They produced a 90-minute feature film, Breakfast in Hollywood, starring Breneman, along with Beulah Bondi, Bonita Granville, Zazu Pitch, Raymond Walburn, Billy Burke, and Hedda Hopper. And music from Spike Jones, the Nat King Trio, and Andy Russell. And it's still out there, but not in high circulation. Sadly, Breneman died in 1948 at the age of 47. Other hosts carried on the show for a while, but without Breneman, the show didn't succeed. The ratings dropped, and the program came to an end in 1949. One of those situations where the show couldn't survive without the star. So let's listen to this episode from 1947, coming from where Tom Breneman's hometown, Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. This is from July 8th, 1947.
Brand new, sensationally different. That's Prell, Procter & Gamble's new Emerald Clear Radiant Cream Shampoo in the handy tube. Prell leaves hair far more radiant than any soap or soap shampoo. So easy to manage, too. And Prell removes unsightly dandruff in as little as 3 minutes. Yes, the whole family goes for Prell in the handy tube. No messy jars, no slippery bottles, and a little makes mountains of lather. Buy Prell today.
P-R-E-L-L, Prell Shampoo, leaves hair radiant, gleaming bright. Not a bit of dandruff is in sight. Comes in a tube and handy, too. P-R-E-L-L, Prell Shampoo.
Good morning. From the Senior High School Auditorium in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania, Kellogg's Pep and Procter & Gamble's Ivory Flakes serve you Breakfast in Hollywood. Well, friends, from the beautiful state of Pennsylvania, we bring you the pride and joy of Waynesboro, that loco boy who made good. And here he is, Tom Breneman.
Thank you. And once more, good morning from southern Pennsylvania. Yes, we're still in Waynesboro and having a wonderful, wonderful time. As Carl said, we're in the lovely senior high school auditorium here. It hasn't been erected too long. How long has this high school been up here? Huh? About 8 years. It's a beautiful, beautiful school. To you out there in California, we still have our head above water. And speaking of water, we had it yesterday. This morning, I'm very, very happy to report that it is a beautiful day. Sun is shining bright. It's nice and cool. I might say it's typical Southern California weather, folks. But here, as we start this ivory flake section of our little shindig, we kind of like to visit. There's folks from all over the valley. I think maybe we'll start with you. Who are you this morning?
I'm Mrs. Amanda Deardorff.
Deardorff?
Yes.
Hello, Miss Deardorff.
Hello, Tom.
You're from Waynesboro?
Yes, I live at 24.5 Cleveland Avenue.
Cleveland Avenue?
Yes.
Did you have any sons, Miss Deardorff?
I have one.
Well, what's his name?
Wilbur Deardorff.
Well, I know him, don't I?
No, I don't think you do.
Well, that's what I said. I didn't know him. I knew a Deardorff, though.
Oh, there's lots of Deardorff.
There was a new Deardorff over in Broad Street. Was that any relation to your...
Yes, a cousin.
Cousin? Irving Deardorff was his name?
Yes, Irvin Deardorff. And Albert Deardorff lives in South Broad Street. He's a cousin.
Yeah? And you've got any more?
Oh, yes, there's lots of them scattered around. And there's lots of other cousins. There's Miss Sooty Winger's a cousin.
Oh, let's don't go into your family background. Here, only 30 minutes here. Miss Sooty Wingers? I went to school. She was my school teacher, wasn't she? Yes, sir. She taught school. Yes, I remember her. I know I'm going to stay away from you now. Good morning. Who are you?
Mrs. Emma Detweiler.
Detweiler. It's good to see you, Miss Detweiler. You're born in Waynesboro?
No, Johnstown.
You lived here?
No.
You don't live here?
No.
Well, there are a lot of Detweilers in Waynesboro, I know. That's an old familiar name here. And who are you?
Grace Coon.
From?
Hagerstown, Maryland.
Hagerstown? Gracie? I know who you are. The little girl I went to school with. And she was Helen Ogle then. I don't know your married name, Helen.
I am not married. I'm still an old maid.
Oh, are you? Well, Helen, I didn't know that. You still live down on Potomac Street?
No, I live on South Church Street.
Oh, do you? Mm-hmm. Well, what have you been doing all these years, Helen?
Oh, night superintendent at the hospital.
Oh, I see. You're night superintendent at the hospital. Well, yeah. That's a big job. Now, honestly, Helen, don't be backward. If you're not backward, I have a nice present for you. Tell these folks and tell the people listening how much you weigh.
I will not.
You will?
No.
I'll give you a beautiful Gruen watch if you do. Huh?
No.
Honest?
No.
I'll give you 3 pair of nylons if you tell it. Huh? I'll give you a beautiful Gruen watch. I really will. Honestly, I will, Helen. And it is a lovely watch, too. Did we bring those? I've got them at the hotel. Go on.
280.
How much?
280.
280?
Yes.
Oh, that's... There you are. And it's 280 pounds of darn good sport, too, isn't it? And I'll see that you get your watch, honey.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Really well. What?
Everyone's listening across the street, too.
Are they all listening across the street? Yeah, we can see the hospital right from here. Almost. Yes, we can. Right from this particular window. Well, Helen, you're all right. As I said, I'll have a nice present for you. If I can think of any other present to give you, I'll give you that, too. I will. Yes, she and I went to school for years and years. You know, Helen, I'd buy you a new dress, but I don't think there's a tent and awning company close by. What did you say, honey?
Yeah.
There's what?
There's one in
There's one in Hagerstown. Oh, my. You're all right, darling. You know, folks, the only bachelor president of the United States was born near Waynesboro here, President Buchanan, born in McConnellsburg. And I wonder why he was a bachelor. Do you suppose the local girls couldn't get ivory flakes for dishes or something? Their hands showed it and scared him away. Well, he wouldn't escape today, I'll guarantee you. The Waynesboro women of today know that in the dishpan, 1 box of ivory flakes is all it takes for smoother, younger-looking hands. And that makes a lot of sense, too. You'll go out of your way to give your clothes ivory flakes care. Well, men look at your hands, too. So why not ivory flakes for dishes? Why take chances on a strong wash-day soap that can turn hands red and coarse? Now, if the wrong soap's spoiling your hands, get smart. Go to the store that sells ivory flakes. Then sprinkle the dishpan with ivory flakes, the pure, mild flake form of ivory soap. 1 box of ivory flakes is all it takes for smoother, younger-looking hands. Well, ivory flakes even give you faster suds than wash-day soaps, longer-lasting suds, ounce-for-ounce suds that wash more dishes than any leading wash-day soaps. Let me tell you, for speed, for suds, for smoother, younger-looking hands, 1 box of ivory flakes is all it takes. I think we ought to try on Helen's hat, don't you, folks? Huh? Helen, where did... This is an old hat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Huh? How old is this hat, Helen?
Oh, Lord, where's the pin?
Huh? How old is it?
Somebody find the pin.
Well, my...
It's over 150 years old, I think.
Well, what the world you put it? How'd you get it on there? It'd be awful to go through life wearing a thing like this. All right. What is that?
Belonged to Mrs. James Courtney's mother.
Oh, is that so? Mm-hmm. The hat is more than 150 years old. It's a little kind of a bonnet affair. My grandmother used to wear a hat like that. Well, wait till I get it on. Oh, now wait, fellas. It ties under the chin. Something like this. You're going to see something really funny in a minute. Oh, my. I've waited for 20 years for this chance. Phone and I buddied around for over many, many years. He is now one of the executives of one of the big tool company, the Lannis Machine Company, one of the big tool companies here, I should say, the Lannis Machine Company. And I've been just waiting to get him on this stage, and finally I've got him. Stickle, come here. It's GM Stickle. All right. Right over here, sir, buddy. Hold the mic. Oh, brother. Brother. Ain't he cute? What did you say? I think that was an improvement. Well, I'll tell you this, it's more than you've had on your hair for 20 years. Thank you, Toddy. What's that? Thank you. Oh, you're all right. Johnny, give Toddy a cigar. I mean, Carl. Here's a cigar for an old buddy of mine. Yeah, give him a comb, too. He'll need one of those. Oh, dear. Better take a box of ivory flakes, too, Stickle. Make a good shampoo for a thing like that. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, Well, let's award our wishing ring before I fall over in a faint here. The wishing ring winner is on stage, and it's 3046. 3046. Let's visit a little bit. Who are you? What's your name?
Fielder Stumbles.
From?
Waynesboro.
Mm-hmm.
Marie Red Hawk, West Reading, Pennsylvania.
From West Reading. Good.
Emma Jane Schimmelbecker from Waynesboro.
Hello there.
Helen Stickle from Waynesboro.
Stickle? Good. 3046. Here she is. And I think I talked to you a moment ago, didn't I? And what is your name?
Grace Coon.
Grace Coon?
Yes.
From where, Grace?
Hagerstown, Maryland.
From Hagerstown. Uh-huh. Are you Mrs. Coon?
Miss.
Miss Coon. Born in Hagerstown, were you, Miss Coon?
No, I was born in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania.
In Chambersburg. Mm-hmm. Did I, by chance, know your father? Would I, suppose?
I don't know.
K-H-U-M?
Yes.
Yes. Uh-huh. I doubt if I did either. Tell me, you mind saying how old you are, Grace?
No, 19.
You're 19, just out of high school?
Yes.
All right. Hagerstown High School.
Yes.
Good. Have you ever heard our program, Grace?
Yes, I have.
Well, once in a while. Then you know this little ceremony about the wishing ring?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I thought I had it somewhere. That's the wishing ring, Grace. We want to put it on your finger and ask you to make a wish. Excellent. Here. Now, you just tell us your wish, will you, honey?
I'd like to have a grown watch.
You'd like to have a grown watch. How do you like that? Well, you by chance, you know Helen Ogle?
No.
Huh? You see right next to Helen. Did you tell her to say that? Well, honey, you may have a Gruen watch. You really may. You see me right after the broadcast at the hotel, and I'll see that you get one. Then this week I work for nothing, I'll guarantee it. We wish her well. She's pretty smart. I say on Friday we'll make the award of $100 to the Pennsylvania resident with the longest beard. Now, there's still time to get your entry in the mail and address your entry to the Longest Beard Committee in Waynesboro. A lot of men in Waynesboro have been growing whiskers for the sesquicentennial here, but I think that, they've been trying for 2 or 3 months. But certainly some old-timer will come out of the hills, I'm sure, that will have a longer beard. And each day we send a wishing ring to you out there along the network. This morning, I'm very happy to honor any gal who has the courage, at least, to send a wish along like this deserves one. And we're sending it to Miss Evelyn Schmidt of 5993 Jim Daly Road South in Dearborn, Michigan. And here's what she said. This is her wish. I wish my boyfriend would stop beating around the bush and propose to me. That takes courage. Have we got another wishing ring there, honey? Would you let me have it, please? That will about conclude the first portion of Breakfast in Hollywood, brought to you by Procter & Gamble's Ivory Flakes. This next portion of our little shindig brings you greetings as it does each morning from the grand old Kellogg Company of Battle Creek, Michigan. Kellogg's, makers of Pep. The wish I just read gave me an inspiration. Helen, here's one for you. You say you're still single, honey?
Yes, I am.
Well, go ahead.
Thank you.
Make the wish.
I don't have any boyfriend.
Oh, you don't have any boyfriend?
No.
Oh, we'll get you a couple. You. No, you. With the beard here. Yes. What is your name?
Edward Katurba.
What is it?
Edward Katurba.
Katurba.
That's right.
And what is your business, Mr. Katurba?
Oh, I'm a member of the Beard Club and also work for the Record Herald as a newspaper man.
Well, you really have a beauty there.
Well, Tom, while I'm here, may I make a presentation to you? Yesterday we didn't have a key, but today we have something for you. It's an honorary membership into the Siskel Whiskers Club. Oh. Some 300 men in the Whiskers Club want me to give that to you.
Well, thank you very much.
And to make it really official, we want to give you a beer.
Red one, too.
Tom, we're going to judge these girls Friday after the pageant, and the first prize is going to be a free bus trip by American Bus Lines to see you in Hollywood. Now, here's the ticket right here. It's about 3 feet long.
Well, that's just fair, isn't it?
We hope to see you there in Hollywood.
In other words, the prize winner, the longest...
the most handsome beard
in the Whisker
is going to get this ticket and also one for his wife, and they're going to see you in Hollywood.
Well, how nice. I will be my pleasure to be their host while they're in Hollywood.
Thank you. One of the judges, Tom, is Edmund C. Wingard. He, in fact, is our Franklin County judge, so he'll be an official judge of the Whiskers contest.
Well,
I believe he's a friend of yours.
Thank you very much. Yes, he is a friend of mine.
Thank you, and I hope you look good in that beard.
I'm sure I will.
In the hat.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you, and good luck to your Whisker Club. We're on the warmish side here, sure enough. Here's our good neighbor letter, then we'll meet Uncle Corny. This morning it comes from Crawfordsville, Indiana. Pardon me. It says, Dear Tom, I feel sure that you will want to know about Mrs. Helen Schaff, wife of Dr. Alvin Schaff of Jamestown, Indiana. She's a graduate nurse. Besides looking after a large house, taking care of 2 boys, ages 8 and 13, driving her busy doctor husband, she has done so many things, such as the township chairman of the Red Cross for 5 years, and taught 4 nurses' aid classes and 4 first aid classes. She's a member of the Gallon Club, having given 9 pints of her blood to the blood bank. She has also furnished the yarn for hundreds of sweaters, 40 pairs of gloves, and 15 helmets, all for the Red Cross. She's been a chairman of the USO Drives, March of Dimes, and 4-H Fund Drive. She's never too busy to help some organization with a health project. These are only a few of the outstanding things she's done as a good neighbor. I'm sure you will think Mrs. Schaff worthy of your beautiful orchid. Sincerely yours, Mrs. Paul B. Gillis, Mrs. Easton Elmore, and Mrs. Ed Randack, all of Crawfordsville, Indiana. And so this morning, our orchid goes back this time to the Hoosier State. Mrs. Helen Schaff of Jamestown, Indiana. She has been made our good neighbor of the day. Good morning, Corny. How are you this morning?
Well, I feel pretty good, Tommy. I don't know. I didn't get much sleep last night.
You didn't get much sleep?
No, I didn't. There was a 90-year-old lady in the hotel room across from mine run water all night long.
Well, why?
She was henning her hair.
She was henning her hair? Didn't you try to talk her out of it?
Yeah, I told her that only the young die good.
Pretty bad day. Otherwise, you found the Anthony Wayne Hotel pretty comfortable, did you?
Yeah, except my room was pretty small.
Oh, your room's small. Why didn't you get a suite?
Doctor told me to stay away from suites.
That's terrible. Well, Corny, you know a suite isn't too expensive.
No, maybe not. But it seems like expensive to me. Room clerk said there was, the suite was $10 and up.
$10 and up. But didn't you tell him you were with the Tom Breneman gang?
Yeah, I told him that. He said in that case, be $10 down.
Have you got a little joke for us this morning, Corny?
Yep, and that was it. I'm going to stop right there.
Good idea. Well, Corny, the orchid goes back to Miss Helen Schaff in Jamestown. You'll see that it gets on its way, won't you?
Yes, I'll take care of it. Goodbye, everybody.
So long, Corny. Folks, the fact that maybe you didn't know till now is that King Charles II owed William Penn about $64,000. And to square that debt, he gave Bill what is now Pennsylvania. And I think you'll all agree that the state of Pennsylvania for $64,000 turned out to be a bargain. But I can tell you a present-day deal that's a dandy, too. It's what you get in return for your money when you buy Kellogg's Pep. You get a cereal that's a favorite breakfast dish of millions because it tastes so downright good. Its golden brown flakes come from sun-ripened whole wheat, so you can count on Pep for nutrition. And it has so much added vitamin D that just by eating a regular 1-ounce serving of Pep, the entire daily minimum requirement of this valuable vitamin is obtained. Vitamin D is the sunshine vitamin, one that helps youngsters to have strong bones and teeth. And I can't think of a better way to start a summer's day than by crunching down on those wholesome flakes of Pep that look so good and certainly taste so good and taste as good as they look. Try a bowl of crisp Pep with cool milk these summer mornings. Try it for lunch, too, and don't forget it for the children's supper. And don't forget these points about Pep. Pep is an energy food. Pep is nutritious. And Pep pleases pernickety palates. William Penn got his money's worth when he got Pennsylvania, surely. You'll certainly get your money's worth in a package of Pep. Did you have Pep for breakfast, Helen? Bring Helen, here's a little package, honey. It'll just suit you. Alongside of her, it looks small. Oh, my, she's just laughing her head off. Look, if you ever feel sorry for yourself, well, let Galen Drake give you some helpful pointers on how to snap out of it. You stay tuned for Galen Drake, which follows on this network right after we leave. Now then, we're going to award our orchid, our California Armroy orchid, just recently arrived to our eldest guest, and we found out this morning, I'll let her introduce herself. You folks out there are really going to get a surprise. Now tell them out to the radio audience, who are you?
I'm Mrs. Stoll.
Yes, your first name.
Rebecca.
Huh?
Rebecca.
Aunt Becky.
Aunt B.
Aunt B. Stoll.
Yes.
Yes. And she's lived in Waynesboro how long?
Oh, a long time. I just can't just say how many years.
Many, many years?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Aunt B. Stoll, she's 98 years old. From Waynesboro. I won't ask her to get up because I won't ask you to stand, Aunt B. I'll sit down here beside you. Yeah, I just want to ask you a few questions. I happen to know, Aunt B., that Mother is listening in California, and she'll get a thrill out of hearing from you. Uh-huh.
I know.
You knew my father, didn't you, Aunt B?
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm. Well, now tell us, you say you were born where?
I was born in the country.
Not in Waynesboro.
No,
in Pennsylvania.
2 miles from Waynesboro.
3 miles from Waynesboro. Uh-huh. You lived here the rest of your life?
Well, I didn't live here. I lived in Chambersburg a while, and then I came back here again.
You lived in Chambersburg. Uh-huh. Now, you're very active. You do much reading, Aunt B.
I did so last month, and my sight isn't very good.
Mm-hmm. But you listen to your radio occasionally?
Yes.
Good. Uh-huh. Do you hear our program, do you, in the morning, Aunt B?
Not always.
Not always. Well, it's pretty hard to take it day in and day out. Well, you look swell. What do you do now to keep busy?
Oh, I'm busy all the time.
Uh-huh. You look after your place, do you? Do you take care of your home?
No, I don't take care
Not
of
too
myself.
much. Yeah. But you do keep busy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Didn't I send you an orchid some time ago? Didn't I, Aunt B?
On your birthday.
On your 98th birthday. Mm-hmm.
I thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome.
Very pretty.
Well, I've got another one for you. Yes, I do. And here it is. That's our orchid, folks. Oh, they are beautiful. These were flown in from California. Bought these by airplane. And there's your flower, Aunt B.
Very nice.
There you are, honey.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I didn't have a chance to kiss you when I gave you the orchid before.
Well, I don't kiss men.
Huh? Do I?
I don't kiss men.
She doesn't kiss men. Well, I'll just kiss you. There's no sense hiding. I'm going to get you, too. Tell us, can you all see her out there? Can you stand just a moment? Tell us who you are now. Your name is what?
Elizabeth Jacobs.
Elizabeth Jacobs. She's from Zullinger, Pennsylvania, which is a few miles up the pike, isn't that right? North of Waynesboro. She's only 96. When I kissed Aunt B,
were you blushing just because I kissed Aunt V, Miss Jacobs? No. How long have you lived in, you're Miss Jacobs, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Miss Jacobs, how long have you lived in Pennsylvania?
Oh, I guess 40, 50 years.
Where were you born?
Near Shady Grove in Pennsylvania.
Oh, then you're a Pennsylvaniite.
Sure.
Oh, sure. Born right here in the States. Well, and 96 years old. You look swell. Yes, see? Who are some of your relatives, Miss Jacobs?
Robert Jacobs here in town and Charlie Martin.
Mm-hmm. You live alone, Miss Jacobs?
Yes, sir.
Do you? Uh-huh. And you still live in Zollinger?
Yes, I live in Zollinger.
Take care of your own home. All right. Well, here, thank you. We have a flower for you, too, Junior. Look here. There's your orchid, Miss Jacobs. Now.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Yes. Why did you go like this when I kissed Aunt Bee? You knew that you were going to get a kiss, too, didn't you?
Sure.
Sure. Hey! Ho, ho! If she kisses like that at 96, what do you suppose she was like at 22? Oh, that was wonderful. Oh, you're all right, Miss Jacobs. Well, I'm afraid we're going to have to get off the network. Well, how much time do we have, Carl? Well, we'll make our other awards after we leave the air. You've been a wonderful, wonderful crowd. But we're going to have to break it up. So if you'll just get out your songs, let's show them out there how a couple of 1,000 Pennsylvaniaites think. Shall we? Come on. And that is our Hollywood breakfast. We had a wonderful time. We hope you had a program.
Well, that's all we have time for today, friends. And be sure to tune in again tomorrow for more fun with our guests at Tom Breneman's Breakfast in Hollywood. This is Carl Webster Pierce turning the mic back to your host, Tom Breneman.
Oh, just to say once again, thanks very much to you all out there for your many, many nice messages, and to Waynesboro, who are celebrating their sesquicentennial celebration. We're having a wonderful, wonderful time. You out there, Mother? Yeah, they're all here. Bye, all. See you tomorrow.
Tom Breneman's Breakfast in Hollywood is brought to you at the same time every day, Monday through Friday, by Kellogg's Pep and Procter & Gamble's Ivory Flake. When you hear Kellogg's Rice Krispies go snap, crackle, pop in milk, that's your tip-off for a cool, refreshing breakfast treat. Fact is, they're the only cereal so crisp they snap, crackle, and pop with freshness. Kellogg's Rice Krispies, golden bubbles of oven-popped rice. So light and delicate, you'd never guess they're an important energy food, that they help you start off a summer's day with energy to go places. Here's America's favorite rice cereal. Here's the one and only Snap, Crackle, and Pop cereal, Kellogg's Rice Krispies. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.
I mean, very typical of the time of 1947, of the kind of shows that were not high-dollar, high-budget shows, but they worked. They sold cereal, and I'm sure they sold Prell. You know, all that stuff. 78 years ago, July 8th, 1947, Tom Breneman's Breakfast in Hollywood from Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. You could kind of take that show all over. A couple of other things about the show. Breneman would die of a heart attack in 1948, so the show had about another year to go until Breneman passed. And one of his people who were on the show, and hopefully I can find another show so we can hear this guy, Corla Pandit, was an organist who played on the show, and he became known as an exotica musician. He claimed to be a French Indian musician from New Delhi. He wasn't. He was a light-skinned African-American man from St. Louis. He passed away in California at the age of 77, and he performed for years in Southern California media, not only on radio, but on television. He performed in the revival of Shandu the Magician, and it was he became an overnight star. He performed, with Errol Flynn and Bob Hope and Sabu, the guy in the movies, the Indian boy and all of that. But I mean, it was really odd. And, with the Beat Generation, it was he passed away in California 2 weeks past his 77th birthday in 1998. That was really odd, okay? That was an odd one I saw in this. And I said, okay, that's the sort of thing. Breneman invented these personalities. I don't know if he invented him or not. But Breneman had all these weird personalities. Okay, coming up tomorrow on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the podcast, we'll have an episode of Romance, Last Summer's Love, starring John Daner. Jeff Regan, Investigator, with Frank Graham and Frank Nelson from 1950, She Eats Soybeans. An episode of I Was a Communist for the FBI and the Dangerous Dollars, and a Calling All Cars program from 1936, The Crimson Riddle, and another episode of Lum and Abner. That's all coming up on tomorrow's program. Now, coming up the rest of the week, we've got more fun stuff. On Thursday's show, we will have Granby's Green Acres. It is kind of sideways, and I'll try to tell that story tomorrow, of the how Green Acres came about on television, and it stars Gail Gordon and Bea Benadera. Also, Archie Andrews from 1948, The Birthday Bicycle, Paul Winchell and Jerry Mahoney from 1944, and Our Miss Brooks from their final season, 1955. We'll also have an episode of the Chase and Sanborn Hour on Friday from 1937, and Dracula from the Mercury Theater on the Air from 1938. So we're going to be going way back on Friday's show. Saturday, Gunsmoke from 1954, Have Gun Will Travel from 1959, and the Screen Directors Playhouse presentation of The Fugitive from 1951. On Sunday, another episode of Archie Andrews. We'll have some comedy with a game show as well. The Adventures of Archie Andrews on Sunday from 1949, Stranded on a Deserted Island. The CBS Radio Workshop production of The Case of the White Kitten. Also, Jack Parr, long before he became the overnight sensation on television, from 1947, the Children's Adventure Shows, and a game show, Dr. IQ, from Kansas City in 1942. On Monday's show, a week, 6 days away, Philip Marlowe from 1951, The Dear Dead Days, Escape and the Drums of the Fore and Aft, an episode of Calling All Cars from 1938, The Man Who Talked, and I can't let Monday go by without having that first episode of The Stan Freberg Show from 1957, The Musical Sheep, and the incident at Los Barrosis. That is so much fun. Now, a week from today, we'll have a Screen Directors Playhouse production of Yellow Sky from 1949. Will Rogers Jr. as Rogers of the Gazette from 1953. An episode of the summer series called The Police from 1947. And a 1946 casebook of Gregory Hood, South of the Border. That's all coming up. That's what's up here the next 7 days on the Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox podcast. Up next, the FBI in Peace and War.
Civil defense is common sense. This is Howard Duff with this reminder. 640 and 1240. These are the Conelrad frequencies during a national emergency. 640 and 1240 on your regular radio will be your only official means of receiving vital information. Remember, 640 and 1240.
This is really weird. While we were on that break, I went through some more Corla Pandit over on the Tuba Views. And believe it or not, the guy actually played really well. And one of the things that was pointed out along the way is here you had somebody, an African-American man, a black man, who, to play what he wanted to do, had to pass as somebody other than an African-American. I mean, that's weird. But that gives you an idea of how far we've come in America, that you can be an African-American today, do what you want. Of course, most of us can't, but I mean, that's just saying. That's how weird a time it was long before now. Okay, we're going to go back now 69 years, July 8th, 1956. The FBI in Peace and War and Cross Country.
The FBI in Peace and War. Another great story based on Frederick L. Collins' copyrighted book, The FBI in Peace and War. Drama, thrills, action. Tonight's transcribed story, Cross Country.
California, here I come, right back where I started from.
Irene?
In the bedroom, dear.
Hello, sweetie.
Oh, you know something, Hal?
What?
You look as relieved as a man pardoned from the gallows just in the nick of time.
Well, you know, it's only a stay of execution. I still have to face a batch of new little darlings when vacation's over next fall.
When I first met you, you said teaching was a noble profession.
I was young and foolish.
Well, at least you get 2 months vacation with Fay.
Big deal.
Oh, Hal, we're planning a nice cross-country auto trip. Must we spoil it by talking about the same old thing?
Well, facts are facts.
But we've saved up especially for this trip. We've got the money. Please don't ruin the fun of it.
Okay, sweetie, you're right. Absolutely right, and nothing is going to spoil it. It'll be a regular second honeymoon. What have you been doing here in the closet?
Getting my clothes ready. I'll need a few things, Hal.
What?
Well, some new summer dresses.
Well, what's the matter with all the clothes and things you've got right in there?
Well, they're last year's.
Oh, you women. I've been wearing the same suits for over 4 years now.
Women's styles change.
Yes, because people like you let them, because the American female public is a bunch of suckers.
Hal, you promised. You said you wouldn't spoil things.
Look, I didn't bring up the subject. You did.
Well, all right, then I'll get the money for my mother.
Oh, so that old battle axe can throw it up to me? Oh, no, you don't.
Then the trip's off. I'm not going.
Oh, Irene.
I mean it, Hal, just as sure as I'm standing here. I'm not going to wear these old rags.
All right, then buy what you want, but please remember we have a budget. It's lucky I put that ad in the paper.
Ad?
In the classified section, personals.
What ad, Hal?
For a traveling companion.
Oh, what?
Well, a gentleman to share the driving to Los Angeles and to share
the expenses.
I figured it all out. We'll average 13 miles a gallon. We'll need at least 3 changes of oil and 3 grease jobs.
Figured it all out.
Yes, and the ad starts running tomorrow morning. We should be getting responses right away.
A regular second honeymoon is right. California, here we come. The 3 of us.
California bound, couple wants gentlemen to share driving and expenses. Phone Endicott 45. Well, Hazel? California.
I still don't know, Fred.
Perfect setup for me.
Maybe.
Oh, come on, stop that. It's like made to order.
Tourist. Might take a couple of weeks for you to get to California, maybe more.
So?
All that time?
Sure, nice, easy trip and safe.
How do you know?
I know one thing. You want to get to the coast and then on a boat, right?
Yeah, but...
The cops will have every plane, bus, and train out of here covered. If I tried to rent a car, they'd nab me that way, too, wouldn't they?
I guess so.
You can bet $50,000 they would.
And the $50,000?
It'll go with me in my suitcase. What else?
Maybe it would be safer with me.
Uh-uh.
You don't trust me.
What did I say that? I just trust myself more.
Have it your way.
Hand me the phone. Anti-cut 4.
What if you don't appeal to them?
Don't you worry about that. They're looking to save money. I'll make myself the most appealing guy you ever saw.
At approximately 9:10 on the morning of June 18, 1953, in the small town of Middleburg, Connecticut, a man walked into the office of the local Savings and Loan Association. 10 minutes later, he walked out with $50,000 of the bank's funds. At gunpoint, he had held the 3 employees at bay while he emptied the vault of all available cash. The Bureau immediately assigned Agent Reynolds and me to the case. After interviewing the employees and establishing beyond a reasonable doubt that the robber was Frederick Alston, alias Fred Allenby, a tri-state alarm was sounded, and the search for Alston began.
At first, my wife was alarmed when I decided to have someone make the trip west with us. Isn't that right, Irene?
Yes.
But now that she's met you, Mr. Addison, she feels quite differently. Don't you, sweetie?
Quite differently.
Well, I'm certainly glad to hear that.
There were several other applicants before you.
Huh?
Uh-huh, but they weren't up to snuff. The moment you stepped through that door, Mr. Addison, I was sure you were just the person for us.
Funny thing, Mr. Wilton.
Oh, what?
I felt just the same way about you and your wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the moment I stepped through that door.
Hear that, Irene? Isn't that fine?
Yes, that's fine.
Yes, indeed. Splendid.
To get back to the financial arrangements.
Oh, now, please, Mr. Addison, the deal is 50-50 on the auto expenses. I wouldn't entertain any other proposition. I mean, well, your proposal doesn't seem quite fair. I mean, to you.
Now, as I told you, Mr. Wilton, I'm pretty well fixed. I could well afford to travel first class, but my doctor advised me to take things easy for a few weeks, not to rush things. And when I happened to come across your ad, I said to myself, Fred Addison, that's for you.
Well, all well and good. But...
You told me you're a school teacher, so I know you don't have much money. It's my pleasure, Mr. Wilton, to pay all the auto expenses.
Mr. Addison, I couldn't...
Yes, you could.
Now, Irene, really.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilton. I'm a man who admires frankness.
Well, Mr. Addison...
Not another word. It's settled. The auto expenses are mine. Not one more word about it.
Well, all right, Mr. Addison, you win, I'm afraid.
And, we leave Tuesday morning?
Yes, from here, 8 sharp, if that's not too early for you.
It's the early bird who gets off to the best start, I always say.
Of course, we could drive over to your place to pick you up.
You don't have to bother.
But, your luggage...
Oh, no trouble there. I'm taking only one suitcase. He who travels light always travels...
Best.
That's right, Mrs. Wilton. And safest, I always say.
Our first report revealed that Fred Alston had married a Hazel Cummings. Further investigation showed that Hazel Cummings had a record of arrests and convictions. Her last known whereabouts were established as being in New York City. We now concentrated on locating Alston through his wife.
Fine thing. Traveling all the way across the country without your wife. And me practically a bride.
Couldn't be, Hazel. You're thinking about this $50,000, could it?
And it couldn't occur to you that I might be lonely without you, could it?
Oh, come on. I was only ribbing you.
I don't like that kind of ribbing.
Okay, so I'm sorry.
Honestly, Fred, I'll miss you.
Yeah, sure.
And I'll worry about you. Will you please stop packing that money and listen to me?
Okay, I'm listening, but make it fast. I want to meet the Winstons on time, you know.
I said I'll miss you.
Now, look, as soon as I get to the coast, I'll phone, and you'll take the first plane off.
I'll be worrying all the time till I hear from you.
I'll be okay.
What if there's trouble?
The way I set it up, how can that
But what
be?
if there is?
Now, look, this gun will be in my shoulder holster. If there's trouble, this'll help get me out of it.
He said he'd be here at 8 sharp.
It's the early bird who always gets off to the best start, I always say.
You're not funny, Irene.
Remember, taking somebody along wasn't my idea.
Well, if he wasn't coming, he surely would have let me know. He seemed such a reliable sort.
You can't tell a book by its cover, I always say.
Thanks. thanks for all your consideration.
You're welcome, I'm sure.
Oh, a nice way to start our vacation.
This way, just with the two of us, is fine with me.
Oh, sure. You don't have to go out and earn a living. You don't have to worry about saving for a rainy day.
What's the use of saving for a rainy day when it isn't nice enough to go out and spend it?
How can you be so childish, so...
Immature.
impractical?
Like my mother.
The old battle axe.
Feeling better now that you've gotten that off your chest?
For your information and satisfaction, just as miserable.
Oh, Hal. We shouldn't be at each other this way. Let's just put all our troubles behind us. Forget about Mr. Addison. Let's go without him.
Well...
We can do it, Hal. And the money, let's not talk about that again. We always manage to scrape through somehow, don't we?
Well...
Don't we, darling?
Yes, I guess we do. But I still can't understand why he didn't even call.
Hal?
Okay, sweetie, you're right. From here on, it's just the two of us. Well, Irene, we're on our way.
Oh, Mr. Wilton! Oh, Mr. Wilton!
Irene, look!
Oh, one more minute and we would have...
Oh, just made it.
Stitching time, I always say.
What?
Nothing worth repeating.
Here, I'll unlock the trunk and put your suitcase in.
No, don't bother. I'll just keep it in the rear with me.
Okay, hop in. You know, we had given you up for lost, Mr. Addison. I figured maybe you changed your mind.
Oh, not me. I wouldn't have missed this trip for the world.
On June 25th, we got our first lead in the case. An informant indicated we would find Alston and his wife in a midtown hotel registered under the name of Addison. The informant was right in only one respect. Hazel Alston was at the hotel, but her husband was missing.
All right, Mrs. Alston, we'll try it again. Where's your husband?
I haven't seen him in 3 months.
You said that before.
It still goes.
And you know nothing about the bank robbery in Middleburg?
Nothing. I told you he walked out on me in March. Hello?
March.
As I said, 3 months ago, he walked out.
According to the desk clerk downstairs, he walked out only 3 days ago.
With one large suitcase.
3 months ago.
The $50,000 was in that suitcase, wasn't it?
March.
You're only making it harder on yourself.
Either of you gentlemen have a cigarette?
You're familiar with prison sentences, Mrs. Addison. You know what goes with accessory before or after the fact.
I also know you've got to prove that. How about that cigarette?
We've got plenty downtown. Now, is there anything you want to say? Any changes in your story?
From now on, anything I have to say will be said only on the advice of counsel.
Hazel Alston was booked on suspicion. She remained steadfast in her refusal to give any information as to her husband's whereabouts, so Agent Reynolds and I were left to our own devices. In the meanwhile, unknown to us at the time, of course, Alston was riding high, wide, and safe.
The song of the open road, music to the ears, right, Mr. Wilton?
Absolutely, Mr. Addison.
Positively, Mr. Sheen.
Hey, the little woman's got quite a sense of humor there, hasn't she?
Yes, I'm just one big bundle of happiness.
Ah, the fertile wheat fields of Kansas.
We're still in Illinois, and those are cabbage patches.
Oh, Irene, where's your imagination?
I'm saving it for a rainy day.
Yep, a real dry sense of humor. Smoke, anyone?
Oh, no thanks.
Mrs. Wilton?
Mr. Addison.
Huh?
Oh, it's getting real hot. You sure you don't want to take off your jacket?
Oh, no, thanks. I'm fine. Very comfortable.
You must be nearly 90.
I'm cool as a cucumber.
What are you afraid of?
What?
The way you stick to that jacket, somebody would think you were hiding a gun under it or something.
A gun? You hear that, Mr. Wilton? Yes, sir, she sure has one terrific sense of humor.
Despite Hazel Alston's reluctance to talk, we made surprising headway.
Here's the list of phone calls I got from the hotel switchboard operator.
The phone calls made from Alston's apartment in the hotel were checked. One to an Endicott exchange number bore ripe fruit.
The phone's in the name of a Harold Wilton. He's a public school teacher. According to a neighbor, Wilton and his wife started on a cross-country motor trip last Tuesday morning. They were headed for Kansas. And here's the clincher, Steve. A traveling companion, a man, went along with them.
Wanted bulletins on Alston were dispatched to local law enforcement agencies with a proceed carefully caution to protect Wilton and his wife. Then Agent Reynolds and I headed west by plane.
Irene.
It's not bad enough that it has to be raining. Cats and dogs.
Irene, will you please shut up and listen? We're in trouble.
I will not shut up. What did you say?
I said trouble. We're in terrible trouble. Here. Look at this.
What?
Look. On page 1 of this newspaper. His picture.
Addison.
Oh, Fred Alston.
Wanted for bank robbery.
You can say that again.
No wonder.
No wonder what?
I'll bet I was right. The reason he didn't take off his jacket, ever. A gun underneath it.
Well, we're not waiting around to find out if you were right.
All your idea just to save a few measly dollars.
Look, this is no time for recrimination.
You wouldn't listen to me, would you? Oh, no. Now you see what it cost you in the end.
Irene, will you stop it? We've got to get out of here and fast. Now, come on, you grab that other bag over there.
Right.
Now, will you please do what I say? Will you hurry?
I have got to put my raincoat on, don't I?
Forget it, so you'll get a little wet. Now, come on.
Wait till my mother hears about this.
Yes, let's hope she has that pleasure.
Going someplace? Bags and all, huh?
Now, look. Addison or, Alston, we know who you are.
We'll talk about that inside.
Now, we're perfectly willing to forget about it if you'll just step aside.
I don't want you to forget yet. Inside.
Now, wait a minute.
You heard what I said.
I was right.
About what I had under my jacket? Sure. But it ain't such a joke now, is it? Get in.
Well, what are you going to do?
You two? Now, that all depends on how you act, how you cooperate.
We're very cooperative people, really.
We'll see.
You just say what you want and we'll do it, won't we, Hal?
Will we, Hal?
Yes. Whatever you want.
No grandstand plays, no hero stuff?
He's no hero, believe me.
Okay, you'll have a chance to prove it. We're getting out of here now. Wilton, you go to that old dame in the office and tell her you're signing out. You got that?
Yes.
And you also tell her that I suddenly disappeared and just you and your wife will be in the car. Straight?
Yes.
I'll be near the window listening. Your wife will be next to me. If you don't do and say exactly as I told you, this gun goes off. In your wife's direction.
Immediately upon our arrival in the Kansas City field office, word had come in that the owner of a motel in the southeastern section of the state had pertinent information. A short time later, Agent Reynolds and I were at the motel interviewing the woman.
Come summer, it's either too much rain or too much heat. One or the other.
Mrs. Cranby, you said the Wiltons signed out last night.
That's what I said. Around 1 o'clock this morning it was. Raining pitchforks then. Now it's hot as blazes. One or the other.
And the traveling companion?
Funny thing about him,
Yes?
that Wilton feller told me their friend...
Mr. Addison.
Yeah, that was the name, all right. Got it right here in the register book.
Please go on, Mrs. Cranby.
I am. That Wilton feller told me his friend up and left sudden-like. How he left, I don't know. 'Cause he didn't have a car.
But he made a point of telling you Addison left.
Just told you he did, didn't I?
I only wanted to make sure.
It's too hot to even waste words.
Do you have any idea in which direction the Wiltons may be headed?
Claremont.
What makes you say that?
Nothing makes me, young feller. Them's just the facts. When that Wilton feller signed in last night, he asked me if I knew of any place like mine up ahead that'd be a good place to stop.
As reasonable as yours.
Funny thing. That's just what that Wilton feller said.
So you recommended a place in Claremont.
Yeah. Fair Green Motel, run by my brother. That's all I can tell you, fellers.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Cranby. That's plenty.
You're welcome. Don't envy you, fellers. Chasing around in this here heat? No, sirree.
This way, folks.
Now remember, we asked for a cabin with 2 rooms.
That's what you're getting, feller.
You can give us the keys, tell us where it is, and we'll go on from here.
Look here, fella. The sign outside says up-to-date service, don't it? Well, that's what I'm giving you. And you don't have to tip, so just follow me, huh? Weren't you folks through here last year?
No.
Sure?
No, we, never visited Claremont before.
Yeah, not much to see. Positive I've seen you folks before.
You didn't, so forget about it.
Huh? What's eating you?
Do you have to keep talking?
Don't have to, just like to. You see, I once won a debating contest.
All right.
Awful unfriendly, fella. After you, lady, and watch your step.
Hey, go on, Irene, while there's a chance. Run.
Stay right there, Mrs. Wilton. Drop that gun, Alston.
What?
Hal, what?
Don't ask me.
Up on your feet, Alston.
Hey, what is this? Who are you two?
FBI.
FBI?
With or without the Kansas draw.
Hal.
FBI?
Take him to the car, will you, Dave? Be with you in a moment.
FBI?
Yeah?
We figured it was the best way to protect you two.
Then you knew all about us?
From a number of sources, including your mother-in-law.
Oh.
And your heroic try, Hal, it was for nothing.
Well,
at least you tried, and I'm proud of you. For the first time, you weren't concerned about money. And let this be a lesson to you. As Mother says, cheap is cheap.
Mr. Wilton.
Yes?
Technically, you can claim the reward.
What?
There's a $5,000 reward offered by the bank for information or action leading to the capture of Fred Alston.
$5,000?
Uh-huh.
Oh, sweetie, did you hear that? $5,000, and all because I arranged things. Cheap is cheap, huh? Well, Irene, what have you got to say now?
Fred Alston and the money he had stolen were returned east. He and his wife were brought to trial. Alston was given a 15-year sentence, and Hazel Alston was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment as accessory before and after the fact. Harold Wilton claimed and received his reward, but not until he and his wife completed their trip cross-country.
In every war in which they have participated, American fighting men have honored a code of conduct. A code which, when defeat seemed inevitable, urged them to continue fighting. A code which added to our military gospel such unforgettable words of encouragement as, "Don't give up the ship," and "I have not yet begun to fight." To these heroic words, let us add General Anthony McAuliffe's answer when advised to surrender his men during the Battle of Bastogne in World War II. General McAuliffe's answer was the one word, nuts. But it was a word which inspired the troops to fight on in the face of great odds. This fighting on when defeat seemed inevitable is what the code meant to General McAuliffe and the men of Bastogne. It is also what the code means to every American in uniform.
In tonight's transcribed story, Rosemary Rice played the part of Irene Wilton. Billy Redfield was Harold Wilton. This radio dramatization for the FBI in Peace and War was written by Ed Adamson. These programs are produced and directed by Betty Mandeville. All names and characters used on the program are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental. This program is based upon Frederick L. Collins' copyrighted book, The FBI in Peace and War, and the broadcast does not imply endorsement, authorization, or approval by the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
And an Armed Forces Radio Network recording of this, the FBI in Peace and War, 69 years ago, July 8th, 1956, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit our webpage at classicradio.stream to support the podcast. It's greatly appreciated. Mandel Kramer up next as Johnny Dollar. In yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Civil defense is common sense. This is Joni James. After nuclear attack, radioactive fallout will be a potential threat to every living thing. You can't hear, or smell, or taste fallout. Often you can't see it, so you must take shelter and stay there until told it's safe to leave.
We continue now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox with an episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, from the final season of the program, Mandel Kramer starring as Dollar. From 63 years ago, July 8th, 1962, The Rildo Matter.
Johnny Dollar. By golly, I knew you'd still be down there in San Diego. Willie? Right, Johnny. Will Burnett. You don't want to leave without a crack at some of our famous Southern California fishing.
You're right, Willie.
Well, you're in luck. This Ted Pfluger.
Pfluger?
Lives on Emerald Bay in Laguna Beach. Knows more about fishing this coastline than any man alive. So, when he called and said he understood you were out here, I fixed you up.
You fixed me up on the expense account?
Sure.
Just fishing?
Right. Oh, there's one little thing you might ask him about.
Yes, Willie.
Bernard W. Bessem.
Bernard W. Bessem. Who is he?
Well, he's a client of ours. Big appliance dealer.
Mm-hmm. And what about him, Will?
Ask Pfluger. Ask Ted. And have a ball, Johnny.
Willie?
Yeah?
Ask him what about this man Bessem?
You ask him, Johnny, if he thinks that Bessem
Yeah?
is still alive.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
This ever happened to you? You're driving down a long highway or working late, and then monotony makes you feel drowsy. Perk up with NoDoz. NoDoz keeps you alert with the same safe refresher found in coffee. Yet NoDoz is faster, handier, more reliable, absolutely not habit-forming. The safe way to stay alert without harmful stimulants. NoDoz.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Trinity Mutual Insurance Company, Los Angeles office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Rildo matter. Expense account item 1. $4.10 for a tank full of gas on a rental car. Half an hour later, I pulled in at Ted Pfluger's place on Emerald Bay in Laguna. And what a spot that is. A semicircular, natural bay of clear, clean water, surrounded by fine homes, nice gardens, plenty of trees, and with a view over the Pacific second to none. Pfluger is in his late 50s, I'd say, and one of those outwardly gruff individuals with a heart of gold.
Here now, Johnny. You think we can get all this stuff in the back of your car?
Well, we can certainly try. We've got enough tackle there for half a dozen fishermen.
Maybe we'll need it. There. Now, shall we take off?
Okay, by me. Now, as I said to you when I pulled in, Ted.
Yeah?
Will Burnett told me to ask you about this fellow Bessem.
Just start her up, Johnny, and head north.
Ted?
Stick to the coast highway until we get to Balboa. My boat's ready and waiting.
You're not talking, Okay. We'll play it your way for now.
I'd appreciate that, Johnny.
You know, Ted, knowing nothing about a case is somewhat of a handicap. But sooner or later, Ted, you'll have to open up. I knew darn well that he was giving me a runaround, but all all Ted would talk about was fishing. And he knew his stuff. Not only about the California coast, but most of Mexico as well. What to catch, and how, and when, and where to catch them. But then as we passed through the little town of Lone Star Beach...
That's quite a building for a small town like this, wouldn't you say, Johnny?
Seems a big one there on the corner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bessem and Associates. Bessem. Aha.
Big appliance house for all this part of the coast. You ever hear of him?
Oh, sure. Bessem's the guy that Willie Burnett at Trinity Mutual mentioned. Bernard W. Bessem. Uh-oh. Red light. Yeah, look at that gorgeous doll.
What gorgeous? Oh, the girl in the convertible? Her face is familiar.
Sure it is, Ted. That's the kind of face that you see above the neck of every beautiful girl. What's she doing in front of Bessem Appliances? Shilling for the joint?
Mister, you'd oblige me more if you'd stare at your watch a minute and tell me the right time.
No, it's, 10 minutes to 3. Anything else you'd like to know?
No, but there's something else you ought to know.
What's that?
The lights change.
Very funny. I tell you, there ought to be a law.
What kind?
A minimum standard for investigators, Ted. A girl that pretty involved in every case. I wonder what she calls it. Oh, well. Now, tell me about Bernard W. Bessem. What's happened to him?
Good man, Barney Bessem. Known him for years.
What about him, Ted?
A real fine fella. But those partners of his, the Rildo brothers, Tony and Joe, a couple of sharpies, Johnny, real sharpies.
Oh? Well, tell me, what's up, Ted?
And you know how they made their money? And when? Running liquor up from Mexico during Prohibition. They were only kids in those days. Bad kids.
Mm-hmm. And what about them?
Yeah, I never have trusted them. Never will. And why Barney Bessem did, I'll never know. They'd do anything, Johnny, anything to get his share of the business away from him.
What's happened to Bessem, Ted?
Well, I tried to call him on the phone this morning to see if he'd join us.
Yeah?
He wasn't there, Johnny. He wasn't in his office either.
Oh? You suspect that...
Another thing...
Yes, Ted?
He didn't show for a poker game I'd arranged for last night like he was supposed to.
I see.
Didn't answer his phone then either when I tried to find out why.
Ted, if you're leading up to what I think you are... Well?
Yeah, I guess I am.
Okay, then.
Okay, so let's go fishing.
Now, wait a minute, Ted. If something has happened to this man...
Keep driving, Johnny.
If you know something about it, if you've got some kind of a lead on
We're going fishing.
All right, Ted. You're the boss. Only what's out there besides fish?
Johnny, I'm afraid to find out.
At a private dock on Balboa Bay, a Mexican dockhand helped us pile our stuff into one of the sweetest little fishing craft I ever saw. It was a 21-foot lap strake job with a couple of 75-horse electromatic outboards, windshield, convertible top, the whole works.
That's for comfort. Sometimes it gets pretty rough out there.
When I saw the tackle that was already stowed aboard, I wondered why Ted had bothered bringing any more along.
Never know what we may run into out there, Johnny. Besides, I like to show off my fancy tackle.
Yeah? I also still wondered if we really were going out after fish.
Got all of it, Manuel?
All except this one more tackle box in your Kruger. Here, I hand it to you.
Right, I got it.
But, I am so surprised to see you go out again today, senor.
Oh?
You are, huh?
See? You come in so late last night. It was so long after dark.
Well, I kind of got held up out there.
Oh? A big fish, maybe, eh, senor?
Yeah, something like that. Okay, Manuel. Count us off.
Hey, senor.
So you were out yesterday, huh, Ted?
That's right.
And not just to go fishing, maybe, Now tell me.
You'll see, Johnny. When the tide gets low, you'll see.
It was obvious Ted had some reason for being evasive. Okay, if that's the way he wanted it, that's the way it would be. Once out of the bay, we headed south and west. Believe me, that hull with those two motors was a real traveler. In less than an hour, we pulled up on the lee side of San Clemente Island, and brother, what fishing! Yellowtail, mad fighting monsters, then albacore up to 30 pounds. A couple of barn-door halibut, too, that weighed in at over 40 pounds. Finally, at dusk, Ted started the motors again, and we headed back toward the mainland, but toward a spot somewhat south of Balboa.
Just one more stop now, Johnny. And you see the reason we've been wasting so much time in the deep water?
Wasting time with a catch like this?
I've been waiting for the tide to get all the way down.
You have?
Yeah.
Well, why? Oh, Ted, come on now. Let's dispense with all this suspense and get down to cases.
Okay, Johnny. Last night, when I got to the place we're heading for, it was almost as dark as it is now, and the sea was building up pretty fast, getting pretty rough.
Yeah?
But visibility was still fairly good. And I saw the boat that was drifting there and the people who were in it and what they were doing. But they didn't see me. I don't think they did. I hope not.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this your friend Besson and the Rildo brothers?
I have to be sure, Johnny. Have to be sure. That's the reason for going back there again at low tide. Under that seat you're sitting on, you'll find a couple of big gang hooks. They're almost like a little grappling iron.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I got them.
Then rig one of them onto that heavy rod with a heavy line, the 100-pound test. And I hope it's strong enough.
So that's it.
Yeah, Johnny, that's it.
It was in nearly total darkness that we hove to alongside a huge bed of seaweed, of kelp. Ted put on the running lights, then carefully steered the boat around the edge of it, very slowly, almost as though he were feeling his way.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. And the tide has to be low enough for what we have to do. Yeah.
Ted, tell me just one thing.
Now, Johnny, drop that hook over. Go ahead.
All right.
All the way down along the edge of the kelp, so it doesn't catch on us.
Whatever you say. Once or twice, Ted kicked the motors over to keep us in close. With a waterproof electric lantern, he kept looking over the side, down into the water. By now, of course, it was perfectly obvious what we were fishing for. A couple of times, the gang hook snagged on a piece of kelp, and I had to clear it. Then it hung up again, this time for sure.
Easy, Johnny, easy. Don't try to horse it in. Don't force it.
Don't worry. Wait a minute now. Here it comes. Now, stuck again. I'm hung on. I think that... No. Wait a minute. Now it's coming.
Gently, Johnny. Please.
Yeah, it's coming up easily now.
Oh. Then maybe it was only kelp. Only a piece of...
Ted.
Yeah.
Cloth. Piece of a man's jacket.
The one Barney was wearing.
While Ted Pfluger threw an anchor over the side, then pulled the line up tight and gave it a turn around the cleat so we'd hold our position, I stripped to my shorts and went in over the side. I guess I don't have to tell you that the body I found down there, heavily weighted with lead, was that of Barney Besson. Even in the dim, eerie light from the waterproof lamp I carried, it was all too plain that he'd been badly beaten. Carefully, then, we hauled him on board and gently covered him with a tarp.
Yeah. Yeah, Johnny. It was those crooked partners of his, Joe and Tony Rildo. I saw them out here. I know their boat. That inboard of theirs. Even though it was almost as dark as it is now, I knew what it was they were throwing overboard. Who it was.
Ted,
What could I do against the two of them? And they always carry a high-powered rifle on their boat. In case of sharks, they say. And it was too late. They'd already killed him.
Didn't you notify the Coast Guard or the police?
Try to lead them out here at night to a place I could barely find at dusk? I had to be sure, Johnny, absolutely sure. And the tide was low enough to find the spot.
Yeah. How about the Rildo brothers, Ted? Do you know where to find them now?
I'll find them, Johnny. Don't you ever worry about that.
Of course, one thing, though, it'll be your word against theirs.
But I know they did it.
And I know they'll deny it. It's more if they know that you know, and if they're as tough as you say they are. If they are killers.
Doesn't this prove it?
All right, let's haul up anchor. Wait a minute.
Johnny, look.
Yeah, I see it. The boat's bearing down on us.
And there's spotlight on us. And they do know that I know. Get up the anchor, quick.
We don't have time for that, Ted. You got a gun on board?
Only a 22.
Where is it?
Up forward.
All right. If I can find it, police will be able to make some kind of a showing in case... Now, here it is. I hope it's loaded.
Yeah, Johnny, it's loaded. But they're getting close.
All right, kill the running lights.
No use. With that spotlight of theirs, they can't miss. We're like sitting ducks. And with that high-powered rifle they have... Look, here they come.
All right, Ted. All we can do is wait and pray a little.
Want to give up strong-tasting cigarettes?
Treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Want to give up harsh-tasting cigarettes?
Treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Want to give up rough-tasting cigarettes?
Treat your taste kindly with Kent. Smoke Kent, the micronite filter cigarette.
Yes, Kent, the cigarette that made the filter famous, lets you get away from cigarettes that sometimes taste too strong, too harsh, too rough. Because Kent, with the micronite filter, refines away harsh flavor, refines away rough taste for the mildest taste of all. If you want to get away from strong, harsh-tasting cigarettes, change to Kent. Remember, the finer the filter, the milder the taste.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent. Smoke Kent, the micronite filter cigarette.
Sitting ducks in that boat of his as we waited to make contact directly above the kelp bed where we found Barney Besson's body with that big craft bearing down on us. The big inboard roared up, cut its engine, and quickly drifted over to us, the powerful spotlight still full in our faces.
This is it, Johnny.
Hello there!
Yeah, it's the girl from downtown.
Johnny, look, it's that girl from in front of Besson's.
Having trouble, boys?
Johnny, we're okay. It's not the Rildos.
That isn't their boat, are you sure?
No, thank heaven. Hello, miss.
Oh, aren't you two the same ones I saw in your car this morning? Don't tell me you're still fishing out here. No, excuse me, I should have turned off this spotlight. There, is that better?
I told you every case should have a beautiful woman, Ted. Much better, thank you. How come you suddenly appear out of the night? What's your name?
Molly Boyle. So glad I saw your light. Is any gas to spare? I know it's outboard, Nick, but maybe it'll get me back to shore.
Well, sure. Glad to give you some, Miss Boyle.
Toss me a line, huh?
Right, you are. Here now.
Good. Thanks.
Now, let's see if I can pry loose this extra can of gas I always carry.
I'll be glad to pour for you, Molly.
Hey, who are you? You're cute even if you do stare.
Thank you, ma'am. My name is Dollar.
Johnny Dollar?
That's right.
Well, how exciting. Johnny Dollar, Ted Pfluger, I'd like you to meet a couple of boyfriends of mine.
Boyfriends? Where?
Right here, Mr. Tony. And you better drop that shooter, Dollar. Tony Rildo.
That thing you're toting, I guess I haven't much choice.
That's right. You've got no choice. And Joe Rildo. That's right. Surprise.
I told you it'd be easy, kiddies, with only me and you and my own boat.
Yeah, you did all right, Molly.
Sure, I always do. It's like taking candy from a baby.
Beauty and the Beast.
You killed him, you two. You killed Barney Besson. Yeah, now listen, Pfluger. You go around making crazy accusations like that, you're asking for trouble. The same kind that Besson had. Right, Joey? Yeah, right, Tony. And the sooner the better, so go ahead. Blast him.
You ought to know you hadn't ought to meddle with me, Fluger.
When I heard you'd come out here, I came too, and I found you. I saw you.
Sure, Joey and I were out fishing yesterday, but only the two of us, see? If old Besson was around anywhere, we didn't even know it. Right, Joey?
Sure.
Did anybody see us taking him out on the boat with us? Like we saw you heading out of Balboa a while ago?
No, maybe not because of the dirty little creek where you hide your boat away. But you did take him with you, and you killed him and threw him overboard. I saw you.
You really did, huh?
Yeah.
Then I guess there's only one way to shut that big mouth of yours. Right, Joey?
Yeah, Tony.
Yeah, hurry up, Tony. It's blowing up. It's getting rough out here.
As for you, Dolly, you got no case at all.
You don't think so?
You never did have any case against us. Only this crazy Fluger's word.
Come on,
Yeah, Tony.
But after I put some lead in Fluger, then maybe you will have a case, Dollar, but not for long, see? Because at the same time, I take care of you.
Tony, do the job.
You got those weights all ready so we don't have to hang around?
Yeah. Go ahead and let him have it.
Okay, it's gonna be you first, Mr. Fluger.
Tony, listen to me.
I don't think you can, Tony.
Shut up.
From over there with the boats rocking this way?
Stand back, Dollar.
So what?
Not if I shove him overboard. Over you go.
Get back,
All right.
Get back, Dollar, get back.
Let's try this my way, huh?
Hey, Molly. Molly, leave the gun under the...
All right, I'll take care of you. All right, Ted, come on. Welcome aboard again. The least you could have done was give me a hand getting back in here.
What happened to our friend Joey?
When you pushed him over, I grabbed him, held him under. He's pretty wet by now.
All right, let's haul him up topside before he gets too waterlogged, and Tony, too.
Okay, I'll get a boat.
Then Molly Boyle or Doyle or whatever your name is.
Oh, listen.
There is another gun aboard this boat.
Yeah, Johnny. It's up there under the front.
All right.
See, I didn't get it when you told me, because I like you, Johnny. See, it wasn't any of my doing, Johnny. I mean, what they did to Besson and what they tried to do to you and Fluger. I understand, Johnny. Honest. Look, you can tell the police. They made me bring my boat out here from sea. How was I to know what they were up to? Understand, Johnny? Why would a nice girl like me be doing something like this? Understand, Johnny?
What do you think?
Look, maybe if I turn evidence against them. Help me, Johnny.
Look, after setting up a party like this, Molly, you couldn't get help from your own mother.
No, but Johnny, honey, listen, look at me. I could be good here for a nice guy like you, and I
The only thing you can do is get your pretty hands dirty helping Ted pull those rats aboard. Now, go ahead.
But, Johnny, listen, you gotta help me.
I'll promise that if you don't get to work, I'll help you over the side. Now, go on. Well, it's up to the authorities now. And I don't really think they'll have any trouble putting those three where they belong. The real reward for all that? A couple of days of really great fishing, thanks to Ted Fluger. Expense account total? With only the fare back to Hartford, call it $250 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a case I call the whether or not matter. Tune in, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
You like a car with plenty of pep, a car with reserve power for safe passing? Most good drivers do, but they don't like to pay extra for premium gasoline. Listen, in 3 out of 5 cars, regular priced Sinclair Dino gasoline matches performance of premium gasolines, saves you up to 4 cents a gallon. Almost anywhere you see the Sinclair Dinosaur sign, you can save up to 4 cents a gallon with Dino. Drive with care and buy Sinclair Dino gasoline. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson, music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were John Gibson, Hetty Galen, Larry Robinson, Marty Green, Ralph Camargo, and Marty Myers. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Art Hanna speaking. Have you ever stopped to realize how lucky we are? When people behind the Iron Curtain turn on their radios, they hear only what their leaders want them to hear. In this country, you can flick a switch day or night and get a true, complete report of what's happening everywhere. You get the news first, fastest, most accurately, and most completely when your dial is set to this CBS radio network station. For news about local, state, national, and international affairs, even the news from out of this world, count on the frequent broadcasts of expanded CBS News. Hear CBS News every hour on the hour, every weekday. Chris Schenkel reports on worldwide sports each weeknight on the CBS Radio Network.
This is KRLD, AM and FM, Dallas.
Well, that's a rarity. We usually hear from Albany, New York. But this is a recording off air from KRLD Radio in Dallas. Isn't that a good one to hear? From 63 years ago, July 8th, 1962, yours truly, Johnny Dollar, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We'll put this episode to bed once we see what's going on with Lum and Abner, and what in the world is Lum wearing?
Civil defense is common sense. This is Pat Boone. In case of enemy attack, you must know your warning signals. A steady blast of 3 to 5 minutes means tune your radio dial to 640 or 1240. A 3-minute wavering tone or a series of short blasts, take cover immediately.
All right, we wrap up this Tuesday podcast of Classic Radio Theater with an episode of Lum and Abner as we go back 83 years, July 8th, 1942. And Lum, well, Lum's wearing something unusual.
The makers of Alka-Seltzer bring you Lum and Abner. You know, friends, the makers of Alka-Seltzer are awfully proud to be able to bring you these regular visits with Lum and Abner because they know how you welcome the sunshine these two lovable old characters bring. Well, also, they'd like to remind you how much comfort Alka-Seltzer can bring for so many of those common ailments that are apt to come along and annoy you during these busy, hectic days. Alka-Seltzer can be a mighty big help to you in easing the headaches, the nervous indigestion, and the other minor stomach upsets that can make your day all wrong. Be sure to remember that, won't you? The very next time you feel headachy and upset, try it now, if this has been one of those days. For until you try it, you'll just never know how much better Alka-Seltzer can help you feel. Now, if you haven't a package of Alka-Seltzer tablets in your home at the moment, you can get one quickly at any drugstore. Now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, it looks as though Lum and Abner have acquired themselves a baby, whether they want one or not. Yesterday, just as they were about to take the baby into the county seat to turn him over to the authorities, they received a mystery note. It warned them not to hand the baby over to the police or communicate with the police in any way. It was signed by the Black Pelican. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum in the Jot-'em-Down store and library. The baby is sound asleep in the feed room, and Abner is just entering. Listen.
Yeah, morning, Lum.
Oh, morning, Abner.
I dogged I'm feared this is going to be another hot day.
Yeah, starting out that way, all right.
Oh, it's hot all night long, too. I just rolled and tossed.
Rolled and tossed?
Yeah, never did get to sleep hardly. Of course, part of it was on account of Grandpappy snoring so loud and talking in his sleep.
Oh, are you still staying over to the Spears' place?
Yeah, I can't stand to go home without Elizabeth and little Pearl there long. I tell you, if I don't get a hearing from my woman today, I don't know what I'm going to do. Might do something desperate, I don't know.
Well, you'll hear from her one of these days soon. She can't stay away much longer, I don't think.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean that she's just as lonesome for you as you are for her. Maybe even more so. Now, bound you, she'd just give anything to be home right this minute.
Well, why don't she come on home, then?
'Cause she's a woman, that's why.
Huh?
You see, if she done that, Abner, she'd feel like she's admitting that she done wrong and leaving you.
She would, huh?
Well, sure. Women folks always hate to admit they've made a mistake.
Well, is she aiming on staying away the rest of her life just on account of that?
No. What she'll more likely do is let you find out somewhere or other whereabouts she's at so that you'll write to her and tell her to please come home right away, and then she'll come a-flying. You just wait and see.
Well, I wish she'd hurry up and do it then. Tell you, Lum, I need her awful bad. That baby we got needs her, too. Whereabouts is the baby? Back in the feed room?
Yeah, I borrowed a little crib for him from the widow Abernathy.
Well...
All her young'uns has outgrowed it. Cedric brung it over early this morning.
Well, how does he like the crib?
Oh, all right, I reckon.
He did?
It'll take him a little time to get used to it, of course.
Why, sure. Well, I'd just love to see him.
Well, don't go back there and look at him now. He's asleep. I might wake him up.
Yeah.
I had an awful hard time getting him to go to sleep.
He did, huh? Well, I won't go back right now, then. Have you got any more notes from that black pelican today?
No, none since that one we found stuck in the screen door.
Reckon who that black pelican is, Long?
I don't know. I've been studying the writing in that note, but I don't recognize the hand.
You don't, huh?
Ain't nobody that's ever wrote to us before, I'm sure of that.
Well, now, why do you reckon the black pelican don't want us to give the baby to the police, or, fact is, even tell them about it?
I don't know, but that part of it seems awful curious to me.
Oh, yes, it does.
There's bound to be something unlegal about this, or else they wouldn't be so scared of the police.
Well, do you reckon it's one of them kidnapping cases like you said the other day?
Well, I don't know. I've been studying about that some more. I sort of doubt that, Abner.
You do, huh?
That woman had come in here and left the baby appeared like such a nice lady. Just don't seem possible that she'd be mixed up in no such a thing as that.
Well, no, but them's the kind that always fools a feller, though, Long. Them innocent-looking kind.
Yeah, that's so, but
yeah.
Still, she didn't look like the type.
You reckon she could be the black pelican?
Oh, no. That note was wrote by a man. I'm mighty nigh sure of that.
Well, I don't see how you can tell whether it's wrote by a man or whether... Well, for the land's sakes.
What's the matter?
Look what's hanging on the wall back there by the feed room door, Lump. Look back there.
Huh?
Ain't that a woman's dress there?
Oh, that. Yeah, that's what it is. It's one of them Mother Hubbards.
Well, how'd it get here in the store? Have you hired some woman to take care of the baby?
No, I ain't hired no woman.
Well, how did that Mother Hubbard get there then?
Listen, Abner, if I tell you, will you promise not to tell nobody?
Why, no, I won't tell her so. Honest, cross my heart. Does the dress belong to that black pelican, Mom?
No, of course not. It belongs to me.
To you?
Well, it actually belongs to Uncle Henry Lunsford's woman, but I'm the one that's wearing it.
You mean you're wearing a woman's dress?
Well, now, don't laugh. I just do it to keep the baby from crying.
Huh?
See, whenever he starts fussing, I put on that dress and that bonnet there, and as soon as he sees me in that outfit, he stops crying right away.
Oh, he does, huh?
Yeah. More likely he thinks I'm his mama then.
His mama? Why, you don't look nothing like her, Lum. She ain't got no mustache. Or at least, she never had one the day she come in the store here.
Well, it's just a general idea of the dress and the bonnet that does it, I think. I don't let him see my face very much. I keep that sunbonnet down over my face.
Oh, well, that's a good idea. Yeah. Well, I do know that's a good one. Put it on once. Let me see how you look in it.
No, I ain't gonna do it.
Well, come on, now, just put it on for a minute. I'd love to see you in that get-up.
No, Abner, I said I weren't gonna do it.
Oh, now, please do it, Lon. Pretty please.
No,
come on.
No, that dress is just to be used in case of an emergency.
Emergency?
I hope there ain't no emergencies comes up when you're here.
Well, if you don't do it, I reckon you won't. I would just love to see you rigged up in that outfit, Lon.
And this ain't no laughing matters. Raising a young'un is serious business.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to do a scientific job of it, that's all.
Yeah, huh?
Average papa and mama would never stop to figure out things like this. But I just happen to be over average, so natural I study up the scientific way. The scientific way.
Emergency, Lon, emergency.
He'll stop crying in just a second. I know he will.
Well, it don't sound like it to me, Lon.
Well, just give him time. He'll quiet right down.
Well, Lon, you better get your outfit on now. He's set for a good long cry. I can tell. I know he is. Go on now. Go on.
You promise you won't tell nobody about this?
Why, no, of course not. Here, I'll get off the hook for you. How do you put it on? Just over your head?
That's the way I've been doing it.
Here.
Well, let go of it, Abner. I can do this better by myself.
Well, hurry up before he cries his little eyes out. Here's your bonnet now. Put that on, too.
Well, give me time.
Yeah, go ahead.
There. How do I look?
Let's see. Lord, you're the silliest looking one human I ever seen in my whole life.
Abner, I told you not to laugh. I'm just doing this for the baby.
Oh,
The only way to stop him from... Wait a minute. I believe he stopped, ain't he?
Yeah, I believe he has. Doggy, this works pretty good, you know it. He don't even need to see you in it. All you have to do is just put it on and he stops trying.
Well, I can take it off now. Here, help me, Abner.
Yeah. Oh, look out, Lon. There comes Grandpappy Spears.
Oh,
Look
my
out.
goodness. Well, hurry up. Get this thing off. I'll be the laughing stocks of the whole
Well, here,
town.
wait a minute. You ain't got time to get it off. Just stand there with your back towards him like you was a customer, and I'll get shut of him quick as I can, Lon.
Yeah, well, hurry up.
Mind it. Turn around.
Well, howdy.
Come in, Grandpap.
How are you, Abner?
Oh, just fine. We're awful busy today, though. Maybe you better come back some other time.
No, that's all right, Abner. I won't bother you a bit. I just come over to read to the baby.
To read to him? Now, Grandpap, that baby's too young to understand reading.
Yeah, come over to read to him. I got a dandy magazine, too.
Oh, my.
He'll just love it. It's a true story magazine.
True story?
Yes, sir. It's a wonderful magazine, Abner.
Well,
Interesting articles in there for him.
yes, huh?
Yeah, I never miss it myself, and I know he'll enjoy it. Whereabouts is the little Dickens at? Back in the feed room?
Yeah, now listen, Grandpap. Now, he's asleep, and besides, he's too little to be...
Well, howdy, Miss Lunsford. Never seen you standing back there when I come in.
Miss Lunsford?
Yeah, I'd recognize that dress and bonnet anywhere.
Oh.
How are you, Miss Lunsford? Charity tells me you and Uncle Henry's coming over to the place for supper tonight.
Well, that'll be nice, Grandpap. Well, we'll see you later. So long, Grandpap.
What's the matter with her, Abner? Ain't she speaking to me? Is she mad about something?
Oh, no, I don't think she's mad. She just a little hard of hearing, I think. Yeah, that's it, hard of hearing. Yeah.
She weren't troubled with that yesterday.
Oh, well, this just come over today, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, sassy Fred.
It did, sure enough.
She just putting on.
Oh,
Howdy, Miss Lunsford.
Now, don't holler at her, Grandpap. You'll wake up the baby.
I don't care. She can't do that to me. When I speak to somebody, I want to get spoke back to.
Oh, my.
Howdy, Miss Lunsford.
Grandpap, quit hollering now.
Well, no woman ain't going to ignore me and get away with it. I don't care who she is. Miss Lunsford, are you going to turn around and speak to me, or am I going to have to start calling your name?
Now, wait a minute, Grandpap. Now, watch yourself. Don't start insulting him. Or her, I mean.
Insult her?
Yeah.
I'm the one that's being insulted. Whereabouts is your phone at?
Why, it's right there where it all has been.
Sure, I'm so mad I can't hardly see nothing.
Oh,
here.
my.
Never been so insulted in my life.
Well, here, just a minute, Grandpap. Who you calling up for?
Never mind who I'm calling.
Well, who is it? Tell me.
Hello? Who is this? Uncle Henry?
Uh-oh.
This is Milford Spears.
Grandpap, now careful what you say to him.
Now listen here, Uncle Henry. When you get over by our place this evening, don't stop. Just keep on a-going.
Oh, my.
Yeah, that's what I said. Keep going, and don't never let me catch you around there as long as you live.
Grandpap, now don't say that.
Get away, Abner.
Right.
And one more thing, Uncle Henry, before I stop speaking to you for good. Is your woman hard of hearing?
Oh, my.
Well, I never thought she was. Goodbye. Yeah, that takes care of that snake in the weeds. Now help me carry this chair. I want to put it right in the front door.
Well, that'll block the door, Grandpap.
Of course it will. It's what I want. Especially with me sitting in it.
Huh?
Miss Lunsford ain't leaving this door till she speaks to me. There ain't no woman that's going to ignore Milford Avery Spears and get away with it.
Folks, I wonder if you realize that vitamins are important to you and your family every day. And that's true with vitamins A and D, even in the summertime. Fresh vegetables and sunshine do supply a certain amount of vitamins A and D, it's true. But under modern living conditions, the chances are you do not get enough. So get on the safe side by giving every member of your family one pleasant-tasting, one-a-day brand vitamin A and D tablet every day. Yes, just one-a-day A and D tablet once a day. And this tablet will give not just the minimum daily requirements, but 25% more. And remember, I said one-a-day vitamin A and D tablets are pleasant tasting. Well, there's no fishy, oily taste, no aftertaste, even though each tablet does contain the same amount of vitamins A and D contained in 1 1/2 teaspoonfuls of cod liver oil. meeting minimum United States SP standards. Get 1-a-day brand vitamin A and D tablets from your druggist and take 1 tablet once a day all summer long. They're so economical you cannot afford to be without their benefits at any time. Remember, that name is 1-a-day, and they're made by the makers of Alka-Seltzer. So just to be sure you get the real thing, look for that big 1 on the package.
Oh, well, 83 years ago, July 8th, 1942, Lum and Abner here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit our webpage at classicradio.stream, and we'll see you tomorrow for Romance, Jeff Regan Investigator, I Was a Communist for the FBI, Calling All Cars, and Lum and more with the Black Pelican. Thanks for being with us here, and we'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday for more Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox.